Hello, everybody! I think I fixed the YouTube chat issue. Huh. Didn't think I'd be able to today. Alright, let's make me a little bigger. There we go. Oh, just as I make us a little bigger, here come Peachy! I did fix the chat issue. Congrats to me. Although I do wish I could get rid of the sign into chat. I'm not gonna bother to try to get rid of the sign into chat right now. That's not a me problem right now. Stop it, Peachy. Nope. Whew. Alright, let's begin our morning ritual. We gotta... Oh, Jesus. I went straight through that can top. That was much more force than I intended to use. We must pour our ritual Diet Dr. Peppers, so that I may be prepared for what is to come. You know, it is, we're avoiding it. There, that's the more measured can opening we want. No, I haven't tried any of the hunting quests. I've been just kind of logging in to claim my rewards and stuff, this week. Just haven't had the desire or ability to do it. You know, Peachy, if you stop screaming, the world would be a better place. Peachy, off of my thing. Desk. Okay. I put these in the can bag, but the can bag is currently full, so they're getting tossed in the can pile. Because I have to take my can bag out. Okay, alright, we officially have the water, the soda, the coffee. The first coffee I've had in like 2 weeks. Yeah. Probably 2 weeks-ish. Trying something new with my coffee. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't think I like it. That's the thing. I'm very particular about how I like my drinks and stuff. And, you know, not to be a fucking neurotic weirdo here, but this is like the butter issue all over again. I'm trying something new with my coffee. I don't think I like what I'm doing with my coffee. It might be because I'm doing it in the wrong way. I should be doing something different, but I tried, and I don't think I like it. Yeah, no, I don't like it. Okay. We've made a decision here. I'll get rid of that later. I don't like that. Good thing we still have the water and the Diet Dr. Pepper. Peachy, off of my chair! Stop it! No, not a valid response, sweetie. Go. No. 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 I'm having a fight with my cat rather than talking to you all. Stop it, Peachy! Peachy, I love you, but I need you to not be doing that. Alright. Hi, Zero. Hi, Dakota Doyle. Hi, Ark Rogue. Oof. And hi, anyone else who's here, because I see there's a couple other people in. But yes, we are not starting Avalon LaFay. We are... Oh man, that just feels so bad that we didn't even finish the first section in Heian-kyō. Okay. Yeah. I have a sneaking suspicion I'll be scheduling at least, like... I don't know. I do kind of need to get it done before I go, but... It's not the end of the world if I don't. Alright. We technically read like half of Kanko-hen, like this section, but I'm not gonna be particularly fucky about it, to be honest. I'm just gonna reread, since I was paying, I think at the time, more attention to the internet issues we were having. So we'll just reread this section, in part. Alright, Master, I've recorded all of the information I can about the creatures we faced earlier. While they do use a skill similar in nature to presence concealment, it is more akin to camouflage than the true concealment employed by an assassin. So as long as I make full use of my sensors, stop it, Peachy. Stop it! Stop it! Gee, fuck it. Okay. Alright, I'll pet you for a second and then you have to stop. I should be able to boost my detection rate by a far greater degree than usual. Fuma scan, Karakuri style. There, those creatures will no longer take us by surprise. Thank you, Master.
No, you do not scratch me back when I am scratching you.
At any rate, there you have it. If any more spiders should try and approach us, I will know about it. That said, Master, if we're somewhere in the old capital, and this place is truly as deserted as it appears, then we should make haste to leave before any other deadly creatures show their faces. Then come, this way. Master, forgive me for speaking to you from out of sight. I have detected a new creature not far ahead, but worry not. I shall deal with it. In the meantime, please go around the creature and make your way towards the nearby road. I will give the creature the slip once you have made it there. If we're lucky, there may even be an officer or two out on patrol. Alright, I shall see you later. Yes, Master? But Master, that would put you in... Right, understood. Forgive me, Master. I should have known better. That is just the kind of person you are, isn't it? Very well then. I will gladly fight by your side. I feel a twinge of shame using my more underhanded shinobi techniques in front of one so noble as you. But if that is the price I must pay to fight by your side, then so be it. Understood. Man, you just sitting there growling at me? Fuck off. Oh, it's nice to be streaming from home. I have space. The room is not 300 degrees. Because of all the heating lamps. I thought that would take care of it. I guess I was wrong. That's okay. It's okay. I'm hoping there won't be anything too bad in this section, but you know, as above, so below. If anything gets me starting to struggle, that's what my bluestones are for. I have so many of them, and this is the only chapter I'm going to get to use them on, which is unfortunate. Oh yeah, I'm very glad to be home because the heat is no longer unbearable. To be fair, it wasn't unbearable necessarily at the place where I was staying, but the room that I was streaming from had heating lamps for the reptiles, so it was like, it wasn't really cool at any point, if that makes sense. So it was kind of like, okay, like, you know, I'm just gonna be uncomfortable. But it's fine. It wasn't the worst case scenario. And honestly, I was like, yesterday I got back and like all the cats came out and they were just like, who are you? And I was like, it's me! You live with me! You haven't seen me in a week and a half, but you live with me! Like, I've been gone for far longer! Why are we acting like this? We're having a... I hate to jinx it, so I'll knock on wood after I say this, but right now, at least where I'm at in California, we're having a relatively mild section of June? I don't know. I feel like I always expect June to be a little bit hotter, and maybe that's because I'm just not used to being in the country in June. But, you know, we've got like almost a whole week where we're kind of topping out between like 87 and 93, you know? Which isn't the worst. I mean, it's still warmer than I prefer to be. Like, I'm still suffering in the heat when I go outside. But, like, it's not topping out, you know, in the triple digits or, like, the 40s for the Celsius people here. Which is nice. I know it will. It's just a matter of will I be here when it's hitting those temperatures. And, you know, fingers crossed I won't be. I'm hoping by missing a good portion of July and August, I'll miss some of those, like, really, really hot days. Because I'm fairly certain that where I'm at in Spain isn't going to be quite as warm, simply because it's an island. Like, I've been assured by a few friends who did the same dig that it's got a pretty nice sea breeze going on. Although I know I'm going to be unpleasantly warm and wet in New York in August. So I'm not necessarily looking forward to that, because humidity kills. Well, I mean, you heard Peachy. I don't know if you heard Peachy. Peachy can be loud, and sometimes she's not. But she was sitting here screaming at me till I petted her. It's over. Take this. You have. While I have no recollection of the events of Shimosa myself, I did view them in Chaldea's database, and that creature we just faced does bear a great resemblance to those dark armored warriors from then. Yes, Master, I was just thinking the same thing. Okay, it's not productive for me to have to tap 4 times to get through ... Oh. But never mind that now. For the moment, we need to get to the road as soon as possible. I have a bad feeling about this. Well, more exactly, my Eikikyo circuits are picking up a faint... Oh. I knew this matched one of my records. This manner of camouflage involves manipulating the very earth itself. Master. You know, these remind me of the spider monsters that pop up out of the ground in Witcher. No, how could I be so careless? Please, run for it, Master. I'll hold it off. You must make it to the road. Quickly. No. Master, no. Buddy, we have faced worse threats than a weird-ass spider thing. Here, in the nightmarish realm of Heian-kyō, it would not be at all out of the ordinary for a hapless young woman defending her companion to be eaten alive by a vicious monster. Especially here in the far outskirts of Kyo, where great spiders known as Tsuchigumo prowl the land. These horrific beasts are truly the embodiment of all that is gruesome and wicked, of the cries of creatures that do not follow the rule of the Emperor. Indeed, any ordinary person facing one of these creatures could usually expect to meet a swift and horrible end, shredded and devoured all at once. But what if, while that person was under attack, a Genji warrior were to pass by? Well, well. I'm impressed you didn't abandon your companion to try and save your own skin. Not bad at all. Watanabe no Tsuna! Still, you have rotten luck crossing paths with the Tsuchigumo. Are you the child of one of the nearby warrior families? Or perhaps a relative of some court noble? I mean, yeah, spiders with teeth is wrong. Stay back. It's not safe to face this creature alone. Please, seek help. Help? You want me to call on for help? Me ask for help. That's the funniest thing I've heard in ages. That's enough out of you, Spider. My love. What are we doing? What are we doing here? Chungus. Okay. Alright. Here. We'll have a little mommy-daughter time. Did he just cut it in two? But my sensors didn't even see him move. Please, tell us. Who are you? Oh, get your claws out of my shirt. Settle. You wanted attention. Now settle. So, as terrifying as Tsuchigumo must be for you, you still faced it rather than collapsing in fear. And above all, your eyes still shine with life. You dress in a manner unlike anyone else from this land. Your supplies look as if they are not of this world. And the two of you clearly share a strong bond. I think I can even sense an unusual type of magical energy from you both. Yes, there is no mistaking it. You are a servant and a master, are you not? Huh? Okay, buddy. You wanted attention. You wanted attention. What kind of attention did you want that you are not happy with what you are getting? You are purring. You are purring so aggressively right now. You are so heavy. Oh my god. Jesus. Oh my god. She's so heavy. Okay. You wish to know my name. Very well, I can tell you that much. I am the head of Raiko's 4 heavenly kings, guardians of the capital. I am the warrior of Genji, entrusted with our most prized sword, the Higekiri, escorting Special Agent Watanabe no Suna. Yeah, she wants attention, but she doesn't want to settle. But it's like, I can't give you endless moving attention, baby girl. Like, you need to either accept my love in the way that it is offered, or deal. Okay. When in doubt, zerk it out. That's gonna be a really fun sentence to say in respect to once the Olympus Off the Shelf comes out, because we had a whole discussion about the phrase, when in doubt, zerk it out. I know. I literally, there's a, I want to say that it's not true, but like, as I'm looking at master's programs, I don't think I have a single master's program in my list further south than the Netherlands in Europe. And I do have like one Canadian school because I'm just like, the temperatures. I need the cooler temperatures. I need the clouds and the rain and the snow. Like, I need these things. I cannot. I am the warrior of Genji, entrusted with her most prized sword, the Higekiri, escorting Special Agent Watanabe no Tsuna. Okay. Indeed, an unparalleled slayer of beasts. So then, that magnificent blade he carries must be the Onikiri Yatsusuna from the Hoki province. The question now is he friend or foe? He may have slain the beast that was threatening our lives, but something inside me, something that is not part of my circuitry, is screaming at me not to let down my guard. I cannot ignore this feeling. I must be prepared to fight at a moment's notice to keep Master safe. Oh. I'm genuinely jealous. I think today is let me double check today's weather, but I'm fairly certain that like today's weather is supposed to tap out or at like 80 something? I don't know, let's see. Okay. Let's see. It's currently 75 degrees out. Like, what the Yeah, our high today is 88. I'd tell you what that is in Celsius, but it doesn't tell me. I mean, I suppose I could probably ask for it to be in Celsius, but... Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Man, I got a sibling who lives in Alaska. If I knew it was that nice, I'd be going up there way more often to visit. Like, genuinely. Ugh. Yeah, no, it's just miserable at the moment to go anywhere. It's like the kind of like heat where like right now, if it's like 100 degrees out and you open the door, it's like an oven, right? There's like nothing that you can do about that, right? But the worst part about like a day that's between like 78 and 88 is that like it's not as hot as it could be, and yet it is still too hot for me to want to deal with on a voluntary basis. Which I'm not a huge fan of. I also, like, I want rain, but I don't want hot rain. I've experienced too much hot rain in my life, so if I want rain, I need the temperature to be, like, down below 70. Yeah, because sometimes when it hits, like, 104 or 108 here, you know, it gets up that high. You open the door, it is like opening an oven. Just straight to your face. And you're just like, oh, that's dry and hot. Because it's super dry where we are as well. It's not incredibly... It's nice that it's not super humid, but, you know. The heat is just at its worst. Ooh, Korean barbecue. I had Korean barbecue last week, and I love Korean barbecue. It's so good. I want it again sometime soon, but I don't know if I'll have time to get it before I leave. Alright. Caster. Yes, Lord Tsuna. Yeah, well, Knick-Knack, you're a weird person who likes the heat. You know? We've discussed this. I don't do well above 75. It's Medea Lily. You were right, Master. We are facing a servant. I'm certain of it. I see. Well, that is a cruel twist of fate. Forgive me, foreign girl, despite having just saved your life. I now have no choice but to take it in accordance with the rules of the Imperial Holy Grail War. For Lord Fujiwara no Michinaga's word is as absolute as edicts from the heavens themselves. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, we've had a remarkably mild June. No, 68 to 72 is like perfect. 75 is pushing it. Now face me, Caster. Master, get behind me now. Well, well. So you have chosen to get between me and my target. Your peculiar motions are surprisingly quick. His sword strokes are too fast for me to follow. Ooh. And what's more, they are frighteningly strong. I can feel my limbs groaning under the strain. Even as a servant, I am no match for his mastery of the blade. So this is the head of Raiko's 4 heavenly kings. My love, I gave you attention, and you refused to settle, and you walked away. That was your chance. You had your chance. But why would one of the 4 heavenly kings attack us, and why is a servant accompanying him? I don't know, but right now, with neither Lady Mash nor Lord Kotaro here to help, it falls to me to keep Master safe, no matter what. Respectfully, if you can't jump in the pool at 75, there's something wrong with you. I jump in the pool at 70. Also, you presume that I have access to a pool. I don't. I mean, yes, but... Peachy is in existence. Stop it. Alright, work on your pull-ups. All weather should mandate sweaters and coats in some aspect, because while the great thing about the weather being cold is you can always add layers. When the weather is hot, you can only legally take off so many before you are facing a felony charge. Genuinely. Like, there's only so many layers I can take off in the summer and not be indecent to be around people. I also don't like sweating. I'm not a fan. No! Okay, let's see. Like, I want to be able to wear pants and shirts. You know, like I want to be able to wear clothes comfortably. And summer makes that very hard. Bad that didn't hit both of them for a break bar. Oh. I could have won that! I feel cheated. No, it got lost in me arguing with Knick Knack. I see it now. I mean, I'm okay with shorts too, but I mean, once again, you know? Also, the AP is 0, which is nice. But I don't own that many shorts. So, I'm all right. Please be careful, Lord Tsuna. There's no telling what sort of tricks a servant may have up their sleeves. Thank you, Caster. That aside, I assumed you were a warrior from a far-off land I know nothing about, and yet you are surprisingly weak. Or are you merely holding back so as not to kill or injure me? If that is the case, then you must take me for a fool. He's so strong. Even as a servant, I cannot see a way to defeat him. Despite being a flesh and blood human with a servant of his own at his command, he has still chosen to fight this battle almost entirely on his own. Even though the heroic spirit accompanying him could easily block all manner of non-mystic physical attacks, he relies on her for nothing but support. Alright guys, hold on a second. So this is how a Heian warrior... Okay, we're good. We have no reason to fight you, but you do not seem to feel the same. Don't be ridiculous. As masters, there is but one path open to us. As per Lord Fujiwara's decree, the city of Kyo is now the field upon which we must do battle. There is nothing more to say. This aura, he truly means to kill us. Okay, bring it on. There does not seem to be anything I can say that would stop him, which means there is only one option left, though it will not be an easy one. Here I come. If we hope to see another day, we will just have to run for it. No, we can beat him! Forgive me. Master! Come on. I fully believe we could have beaten him. Master, over here. This smoke may be poisonous. Hold on, I'm going to cast a spell that will neutralize it and let you breathe more ease. Don't bother. This is only an ordinary smokescreen, not a poisonous one. Lord Tsuna, stop. It's not safe. Don't you get it, Caster? That warrior was clearly trying to keep the girl safe. Yeah, well, Knick Knack, unlike men's pants where they actually charge less for less fabric, that's not traditionally how women's pants work. For some reason, women's shorts are almost usually the same price as fucking long pants. And I have plenty of skirts. I just... You know, you gotta wear chafe shorts under them, and then at that point I'm wearing 2 layers of clothing. And if I'm just wearing chafe shorts, then, you know, then I'm wearing shorts, but, like, I don't know. And women's pockets can really fucking suck. I mean, I buy most of my clothes for the express purpose of getting big pockets, and even then I struggle. Like, I have, like, dresses and stuff, and other pieces of clothing, like, even some pants that I really love, that have pockets that don't even fit my phone. God forbid I try to fit my wallet into my pocket. I cannot do that. So, you know, that's fun. Summer is a scam in the fashion industry for women in general. None of the flowy, short, summery clothes cost, you know, necessarily less than other clothing, which sucks. And don't get me wrong, yeah, it's like sometimes pieces of clothing are cheaper than others, but like in general, I mean, if you're not looking at like a discount store or something, You're usually looking at the same price for, like, a short summer dress versus, like, a pair of pants, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I get it. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I literally got a dress recently, and the main selling point for me on it was it has pockets. Pockets. I was like, yeah, I like the color, I like the material, but it has pockets. Yeah. Don't you get it, Castor? The warrior was clearly trying to keep the girl safe, and she could not possibly do that if the gas were poisonous. From the sound of it, they've already covered a great deal of ground. Shall we go after them? Of course. Come on, let's go. I don't know. I can tell you what, I'll tell you what phone I have and you can check. I've got a Samsung Galaxy S20 Note Ultra 5G. I think that's the... It's some combination of those words, but it's a Note 20 Ultra 5G from 2020, I think. Yeah. Yeah. I know, because I had to look up cases for it recently. I have no clue. You'd have to look it up online. Because I don't actually know what my RAM and... I know my storage is only 128 gigabytes, and for some reason 46 of that is currently being taken by system data. I've got about 6 gigabytes free total. My apologies, Master, but this is an emergency. I hope you can forgive me for carrying you in my arms while we make our escape. Ordinarily, I would do so by leaping great distances rather than running, but I am afraid my body is still not functioning at optimum levels. Do not worry about me. A few scratches like this are not... Ugh. Yeah, buddy. I am so sorry. It seems my long-distance running and 1,000 li per second traversal mechanisms were more damaged than I realized. I suppose I should have expected no less from the famed Watanabe no Tsuna. All right, Master. Thank you. Master, it won't be long before Lord Watanabe no Tsuna catches up with us. When he does, I want you to let me make amends for this horrific failure. I will do whatever it takes to delay him and give you an opportunity to escape, even if it should cost me my life. So I want you to hold on to my right hand. Its mechanisms may be silent now, but it contains a communication device with greater range and fidelity than yours, if you use it to contact Chaldea. Master. Master. Hey, you two got a moment? What? So, I had a little too much to drink tonight, so I decided to take a walk, get some night air. And the next thing I know, I wake up sprawled out in some back alley. So then I heard you two whispering, and the lady there sounded real worried about something. Maybe not on the verge of tears or anything, but whatever's on your mind, lady, it seems pretty serious. You in trouble or something? Yeah, maybe you are. Maybe you're not. Not gonna lie, I can be pretty dense. So if you don't want to deal with that, just let me know and I'll get out of your hair. But if I ain't got it all mixed up, and you really do need help, all you gotta do is ask. One word and I'll hop to and bail you out. Whatever it is that's bothering you, I'll take care of it. I sure ain't about to make injured villagers fend for themselves. So how about it? You two on the run from monsters or bandits or something? Where's your house? Is it close by? Golden hair. Are you, perhaps... Golden! Huh? What are you talking about? Golden? Golden. Nah, that ain't right. Wait, it is! Golden! That's it! I like the sound of that. Something about that word just sounds, yeah, awesome. Golden! I love it. Wait, oh man, I didn't realize how badly injured you were. What happened to you guys? You run into a Tsuchigumo or something? Well, close. A Tsuchigumo did attack them, but it is not what inflicted those wounds. I did, just a graze with Higekiri. I like this outfit for Kentoki, much better than his rider form. Curses, he already caught up with us. Huh. So that's how it is. Interesting. Kintoki. Move aside. You're in my way. My business here is with the woman and the girl, not you. Okay. That right? Kintoki. I don't know if you noticed, Brother Tsuna, but it's the middle of the night. I know I couldn't live with myself if I didn't make sure these two got home safe, so that's just what I was about to do. Whatever business you got with them can wait. Got it? Lord Kintoki. He really does mean to protect us, even though we have yet to tell him a single thing about ourselves. He made his decision in an instant, without any hesitation. So this is Lord Sakata Kintoki of Ashigara, one of Raiko's 4 heavenly kings. Stand down, Kintoki. I would prefer to avoid anything that might cause Lady Raiko grief. Ha! Big talk, even for the head of the 4 heavenly kings. Kintoki. You know I got nothing but respect for you, Brother Tsuna, but that doesn't mean anything you say goes. Now why don't you fill me in, because I don't get it. Granted, since I came down from Mount Ashigara, there's been a whole lot of things that were clear as mud to me. But no matter how hard I try, I can't understand why the undisputed strongest Heian warrior would be going after women and children. Who's the child here? Is it me? I shouldn't even have to be telling you this, Brother Tsuna. But we're supposed to keep women and children safe, not cut off the heads. I see. You do make a good point. However, neither of them is young enough that I would call them children. That really what you think, Brother Tsuna? 'Cause it sure don't look that way to me. Hell, that girl with the red hair is definitely still just a kid. Most kids her age would probably be bawling their eyes out if they were lost in the middle of the night. But not this kid. She's been holding back her tears and refusing to give in to her fears as she looks for a way home. She might be lost, but she's still got guts. Least, that's the feeling I get from her. How about you, brother? You sure you don't feel the same? I'm glad to see nothing ever gets you down, Kintoki. But the Imperial Holy Grail War requires that I do this. Now stand aside. No. I said stand back. And I said no. Then you leave me no choice. Bring it on, you bastard! Let's see. Oh god. If we're responsible for him saying golden all the time, I feel like I need to apologize to myself. Okay, let's see. Ah. Yeah, my space isn't great, but I'm hoping it'll be fine. Because I got my phone... Since I got my phone in 2020, I think I got it before, you know, it kind of FGO edged out like previous phones. I mean, secretly, I actually hate my phone and I really want to upgrade, but upgrading is going to cost a lot of money and I don't want to do that. So. Legal drinking age in Japan or legal drinking age in the US? Because they're different. Or legal drinking age in Europe. I'm just saying. I figured. I always aim for the big bad when there's something like this. Good. Brake bar's broken. And I should be able to refund my NP easily enough. Yeah, That's the thing, is when I upgrade my phone, I'd like to upgrade to something much better than I currently have, because I got this one in quarantine when there was a shortage of stuff, and so I didn't really have, like, I didn't really have any choices. So I got this because it was the only choice that had a removable SD and SIM card, right? Which was basically going the way of the Dodo, extinct, at the time that I got this. Because most modern phones, at least phones sold in the US, don't offer accessible SIM cards or SD slots anymore because they want you to pay for like cloud storage and shit on whatever device you're using. So the goal was kind of to avoid that, you know? And now I'm kind of sitting on it, and what I'm thinking is I kind of want to get like I think they're called Red Magic phones. I want to get like one of those. I think it's just a matter of having enough money to do it. Yeah, Red Magic phones. So yeah, that's kind of my goal now, is that like I'd really like to get like one of those, and I think that would be probably best for what I use my phone for the majority. Let's see. And that one, so it has a 512 option with 16 gigabyte RAM, I think. Although they also offer a phone with like 1 terabyte, so, you know, whatever it ends up being. It's just, it's a lot of money, right? Like, I know how much it is, and it's a lot of money. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing, is that you know, if I really needed to, I could get like a tablet or something, or you know, something that I could do it on in that way. It wouldn't be the worst case scenario, but I will need a new phone at some point, probably in the next year or two. So it is sort of like, you know, I'm not exactly sitting on it going, oh god, you know, like this is a problem, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. I know that I need a new phone. So it's, you know. Let's see. And while an extra SD is nice and the ability to access my SIM card is nice, I don't actually need that if I have big enough storage capacity. Like, the only reason I got it was to add a storage micro. Never mind the Shikigami skeletons, Caster. They're only getting in my way. They're dragon-tooth warriors! But anyway, if I do that... Don't bother. They won't be of any help against Kintoki. Ha! Well, that's something. Never would have thought a lone wolf like you'd send a bunch of skeletons to do his dirty work. Not that they're gonna be much help against... Whoa! Whew, that was close. Well, well, not so much as a scratch, even after taking a direct blow from Higekiri. I knew you had talent. Ha! Damn. I can see why Lord Kintoki was one of Raiko's 4 heavenly kings. Even up against a warrior as strong as Lord Tsuna, he refuses to back down. However, Lord Tsuna is still... Fun though it is to spar with you, Kintoki. I am not about to spend all night needlessly fighting one of my fellow 4 heavenly kings, especially since you are not a master yourself. Ha! Ugh! Since there are 2 casters present here, I need to bring back only 1 head as proof. Lord Tsuna's sights are not set on Lord Kintoki, and they are not currently set on me either. So then he must be after Master? Oh, crap. Understood. What? Huh? Did she just disappear? No, it's not that. The girl told her to use her spirit form, which must mean... Caster! Yes, Lord Tsuna, she is definitely a servant. So you meant the puppet rather than the girl. I see. So I have not been tricked so much as I was simply ignorant. I'm so sorry. I should have been more specific. You're right. The servant signal came from the woman with the long black hair who just vanished. Not that girl with the red hair. I see. Also, while we're on the subject, I don't think the woman is a caster. Given the way she carried herself, I would bet she's an assassin. What? You mean there are other kinds of servants besides casters? Lord Tsuna. No, it's all right. I shouldn't have been so quick to jump to conclusions. I just assumed this girl here was a caster based on their highly unusual clothing, and the fact that I thought I saw her use some form of sorcery. It just goes to show I, too, have much to learn. Kintoki. I don't get it. How the hell did that injured lady disappear like that? Oh, sorry, brother. What's up? Since there do not seem to be any casters here whose heads I can take, I will step aside for now. Go ahead and take that girl wherever you like. But, know this. The next time we meet, I will have you show me your left hand. And, if by chance I should happen to see those glowing red marks upon it. Yeah? What are you gonna do, brother? Put you to the sword, of course. So you're finally gonna come at me without holding anything back, huh? Well, that'll be something. In that case, Brother Tsuna, I can't wait to see what you've got. Let's go, caster. Right. He is gone now, right? I can't sense him either. Ugh, that's a relief. Man, that was nuts, going up against Tsuna's crazy skills even if he was holding back. But you guys did that and managed to make it out, not just with your head still attached, but all your limbs, too. That's the sort of thing people'd be talking about for ages if they'd seen it. You ought to be proud. Huh? Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Ow. Ah, where'd you come from? Man, so you can just disappear and reappear out of nowhere, huh? What Lady Seki here is trying to say, Lord Sakata Kintoki, is that you are a good person who always tries to do the right thing. Oh, someone who always tries to do the right thing, huh? Me, you think? 'Cause I don't got any idea what's right and what's wrong. Hell, if you do, I'd love it if you told me. Far as I'm concerned, I was just helping out a kid who lost her way. I wasn't thinking about it any deeper than that. Man, city life is complicated, huh? Especially now, what with the Imperial Holy Grail War going on. And then you end the section, like the bastard that you are. Oh. Oh. So is that a new master costume or something, or is it for one of the servants? Is it for Kintoki? Is that the costume? Don't even think about it. A chance like this comes but once in a lifetime. This astounding ritual devised by the great Lord Abe no Seimei is without peer in all of history. Its name, the Imperial Holy Grail War. By your grace, O Fujiwara no Michinaga, Minister of the Left, with my own Onmyo techniques, and the assistance of the Onmyo Bureau, this ritual can begin today. 7 caster heroic spirits will be summoned here from distant lands, where 7 of our fair city's finest warriors shall be chosen as these casters' masters. All you have to do, Lord Fujiwara no Michinaga, is promise the servant and master pair to emerge victorious, will be showered with riches and granted any wish their hearts desire, and all 7 teams will fight without restraint or hesitation. And that's not even the best part. By sacrificing the casters' lives, the city of Kyo's defenses will be strengthened a hundredfold, leading to 1,000 years of peace and prosperity. Truly an astounding feat, truly a miraculous prospect. It is all right here in Lord Seimei's letter. As I said before, O Minister of the Left, a chance like this comes but once in a lifetime. I see. And you say the only lives that will be sacrificed will be these casters from foreign lands. Indeed. The idea of sacrificing the lives of the capital's guardians for a mere ritual would be the height of folly. But if only the lives of distant foreigners are at stake, then it is no matter for concern at all. In that case, the Imperial Holy Grail War must begin at once. Consider this the word of the Emperor himself. My Heian-kyō will be known for generations as the 1,000-year capital. That is a slimy man. And that is what happened just a few days ago. It is said Fujiwara no Michinaga appeared to be in cruelly high spirits. A Holy Grail War. That's what I heard. Wait, you know what a Holy Grail War is? I should have known. I am afraid I do not understand either, but at least Lord Kintoki seems convinced. Whoa, so your wounds are all closed up already. That's amazing. I simply used my self-repair function. Of course, Master's healing spells were a great help as well. You're still not at 100% though, are you? Try to take it easy for a while, you hear? Right, thank you. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, the Imperial Holy Grail War. It's been about 7 days or so since the Imperial Palace started this ritual thing in secret, and so far, 2 of the 7 heroic spirits summoned here have been killed. Not only that, their masters were the other 2 members of the 4 Heavenly Kings. You mean Gatekeeper Usui Sademitsu and Inspector Urabe no Soetake? Damn, you really know your stuff, don't you? Yep, it was Brother Usui and Uncle Urabe. Anyway, not only did they lose their heroic spirits, they got pretty banged up themselves. The doc said they'll be fine, but they'll need some Arima hot spring therapy for a while. Anyway, the master who managed to kill those 2 heroic spirits was Brother Tsuna. That's right. Tsuna's about as strong as they come. Even our boss, Lady Raiko, the current leader of the Genji, said he was the single most powerful warrior in the entire human world. Of course, that hasn't stopped him from claiming the only opponents he's comfortable with are monsters and such. Things might be a little different when you start including non-humans, but even so, there's a reason Raiko said that. I mean, you saw him for yourselves, right? Yes. The way things are going now, Tsuna's the clear favorite to win the whole Imperial Grail War. Master. I agree. After all, while it could be that this Imperial Holy Grail War is simply a variant of the traditional Holy Grail War, it is odd that there was no mention whatsoever of the Holy Grail in question. That is far too big an error to merely be an oversight. So the much more likely explanation is that this is Limbo's trap. Limbo? What's that? Oh yes, allow me to explain. Caster of Limbo, also known as the alter ego Limbo, is an irredeemably evil monk that... Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, if I lost my FGO account, I actually probably would completely crash out and possibly never play FGO again. I would not be willing to get back to the point where I am now. It simply wouldn't be worth it to me. Now I gotcha. And you 2 are trying to nail this creep to the wall, huh? That's right. We suspect Limbo's true name is Ashiya Douman, the Onmyoji. You don't say. The details of Douman's death have never been made clear in human history. So it is entirely possible that he could still be alive in 1008, the 5th year of Kanko. We do not yet know what connection, if any, Limbo may have to the living, breathing Douman, but this Grail War itself would almost certainly be his work, no? Yeah, but like, if I couldn't recover it, I would just perish. Like, I don't think I could deal with that. And I don't mean that in, like, a fatalistic way, but it's just, like, I think the sheer, like, like, losing this much progress and this much effort, like, if it couldn't be recovered, I actually would be just at a loss. Do you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't deal with that. Like, mentally. Like, it would just make everything seem very futile. That's why I'm glad they have recovery codes. Yeah, that's right. Lord Seimei's the guy who originally came up with the Holy Imperial Holy Grail War thing. But there's some room for doubt on that. Is there now? In our circles, it is generally believed that Lord Seimei passed away in the second year of Kanko, but... is that so? Yeah, Lord Seimei might look young, but he's actually pretty old. There's been rumors for a long time that he's actually the second or even third to bear the name, so it wouldn't surprise me at all if that got passed down to future generations. See, the thing is, Dakota Doa, I've actually never had to get a new phone with my FGO account. This is the account I've had since I started, like, this is the phone I've had since I started playing FGO seriously, and even unseriously. Like, I think I might have at one point had an FGO account on the phone I had before this. And that account's probably still on that phone, and I could probably log into it, but we didn't transfer it. But anyway, I think it was about a month ago when Lord Seimei disappeared to who knows where. We only learned about this Imperial Holy Grail War from a letter he sent. That does sound suspicious. Right? Boss Raiko tried to tell the Minister of the Left that we shouldn't be so quick to trust something we know nothing about. But that rat his Imperial Magistrate, just laughed and said a few foreign casters' lives were a small price to pay for 1,000 years of peace. And that ain't all. The guy who's basically running the whole Onmyo Bureau in Lord Seimei's absence is Lord Ashia Douman. That's... I have a password somewhere? Respectfully. We're never finding that. Yeah, that's fair. We have well documented this account. Crazy suspicious? Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, part of that's because what you told me about this Limbo guy, but it's also because, well, Lord Douman's always been something of a schemer. Though I guess you could say the same about the Minister of the Left and Lord Seimei too. I see. Anyway. Well. Yeah! Nicole! Douman is fantastic. We love him. Far as I know, the city's a hotbed of all the worst kind of stuff. Conspiracies, assassinations, curses, you name it. Sure, we ain't never had anything as outright crazy as this Imperial Holy Grail War before, but I've heard stories about plenty of other kinds of spells, good and bad alike. Good people, evil people, they all die by the cartload here. Take just a few steps off the main roads and you're about guaranteed to run into monsters. Or Oni, or Tsuchigumo. And there's all the Manas and Bando rebels out in Azuma province who don't give a flying fig about Kyo's authority. So yeah, let's just say that us Heian warriors have got our work cut out for us. Trust me, this city's way scarier than anything I saw on the mountain where I grew up. That might be what this all boils down to, really. The whole reason the Minister of the Left decided to pin all his hopes on this Imperial Holy Grail War to provide Kyo with 1,000 years of peace might be because there ain't no other chance at peace otherwise. A wish, huh? I guess one thing all the masters taking part in this Imperial Holy Grail War have in common is that they all got some kind of wish they wanted granted. Lord Kintoki, why did you put down your axe? What are you doing with your glove? Oh no. Command spells? Oh yeah, that's what these glowing red marks are called, ain't it? Yep, as it turns out, I'm actually one of the Imperial Holy Grail War Masters myself. So you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking you might just be my servant, Seki. Buddy, I'm sorry, I'm not a servant. Ah, how pleasant. How very pleasant indeed to have one's plan go so swimmingly. A ritual that could not possibly exist in any hypothetical version of human history. The impossible Imperial Holy Grail War. Indeed, this represents the culmination of all the independent research I conducted as a disciple of the foreign god. So I do hope you enjoy this pseudo-parallel world I have created, including all the many personal touches I have added to better suit my tastes, my dear Chaldeans. When all is said and done, the last laugh shall be mine. That's Douman. The person talking is Douman. So please do enjoy what I have in store for you, right to the very end. Even before he mentioned Disciple of the Foreign God, his talking cadence is so specific. Nah, Nicole, I think what Dakota Doyle means is that Douman is an annoying enemy because he does a bunch of stuff in story that we dislike. But as a servant, he's fucking fantastic. He's in my Destiny. He's not in my Destiny, sorry. He's in my Grand Servant list at the moment. And honestly, the only thing that could knock him out is, like, Kate Kumiko-sir, and I already missed her twice. Gotcha. Guess I had it all wrong then. Don't worry about it. It's my fault for getting my own hopes up. I mean, it's still disappointing, but I'll get over it. Poor Tut. I've spent Tut's college fund, and I feel a little bad about that. So you're not a servant after all, huh? Instead, the servant's this lady, and she's more of a scout than a spellcaster. I don't get it. You do not? Oh, I suppose I just assumed you would understand the situation based on what Lord Tsuna said earlier. Oh. So that's why Tsuna let you guys go. I thought it was weird for him to give up on a target like that. Now I gotcha. It's because you weren't the quarry he was looking for in the first place. That explains a lot? Alright, hang on. If you two don't have anything to do with the Imperial Holy Grail War, then what in the world are you? Oh my god. Yeah, this is peak himbo energy. I love it. Alright. The pruning theoretical phenomena, lost belts, ray shifting, and singularities, huh? And basically, you guys are guests from way in the future, like tomorrow's tomorrow. Well, a long ways past that, really. Man, this stuff's hard to wrap your head around. But that's okay, I believe you, and as far as I can tell, you guys ain't the lion type. Besides, it looks like I was still right about something. You are lost, aren't you? Oh, I forgot he was a berserker in this. Is this? No. I'm not calling him a berserker, I just say he's a himbo. So you're looking for a way to get home, and you want to find your friends you got separated from, huh? Now we're talking. Don't worry, I'll have you back home in a flash. Well, I guess it might not be that easy, but the point is, don't worry. Whatever it takes to get you back to this Chaldea place, I'll figure it out. I'll get you home safe and sound, you have my word. Of course, that goes for you too, servant lady. Thank you for your help. I'm deeply grateful for your kindness. Don't worry about it. Everybody needs help sometimes, right? Besides, it's not like I've got anywhere to go either. Huh? What do you mean? You are one of Raiko's 4 heavenly kings, are you not? And during this time period, Lady Minamoto no Raiko was charged by the Minister of the Left, Fujiwara no Michinaga, with the task of keeping the city of Kyo safe. So, as one of her most prized retainers, surely you must also have a house or two of your own. Or perhaps Lady Raiko has put you up in her own house. Well, how can I put this? It's complicated. Yeah, I am part of the Genji clan and one of the 4 heavenly kings. But I've got my reasons for wanting to keep my distance from Raiko right now. Basically, I guess you could say, I kinda ran away. Okay, so it is Berserker. All right. Hi, Frost. Sorry about that. I wish I had a place you could stay, but the only places that put you up on my say-so are ones with ties to the Genji clan, which means Brother Tuna could show up there at any time, so that obviously ain't gonna work. I've been staying out of his way all right for the past few days, but now that he said he's gonna take a look at my hand the next time he sees me, well... Hey now, what are you apologizing for? You were in a bind, so I helped you. Nothing else to it. These command spell marks on my hand ain't got nothing to do with you. So that's how it is, huh? I like it. Alright then, you officially owe me a favor. Oh, also, by the way, guys, I fixed chat size. I don't know if anyone noticed. But I think I did finally fix chat size. Yeah. Turns out I'd been expanding the chat in the wrong direction first. I guess like when I was like changing the size of it. I've been moving it like in the wrong direction first, which caused it to get like smaller. And then it just never got bigger. So it should be like a readable size on screen now. Not like teeny tiny anymore. At least it looks fixed to me. Alright then, you officially owe me a favor. You know, I'm okay with that kind of hard-headedness. Hell, I even find it endearing. Good thing too, since I'm pretty hard-headed myself. Oh. An ox-drawn carriage, at this hour. Must be some court noble on their way back home from a poetry reading or something. Come here, you two, over this way so you don't get in the way. Right. Huh? The ox cart just stopped in front of us. What is... Well now, this is a surprise. Do tell, what are a tall, handsome man, a young girl in strange clothing, and a beautiful black-haired woman all doing out here in the dead of night? Are you perhaps looking for a place to stay? Oh, thank you for your concern, Miss Noble, but you don't have to worry about us. We're part of the Genji clan. Keeping Kyo safe at night is our duty. I see. The Genji clan, is it? Pff. Why so formal, Kaido-maru? Come on, get that stick out of your ass. Go on, let your hair down. It's not like we don't already know each other. Say! So what's going on? If you need help, Kyoko, might just be able to provide it. Sei is so colorful. I love it. Whoa, Sei, Kyoko, it's you. Long time no see, Blondie. So what are you doing out here at this time of night anyway? You looking for someone to help keep your bed warm or something? I guess it has been a while, hasn't it? What was that about my bed? Is that more your mainland poetry? I don't get it. What? Don't worry about it. I was just saying the first thing that came to mind. Huh? Hey now, cut that out. Hasn't anyone ever taught you it's rude to stare? Yes, it is. Sei Shonagon made a name for herself as a poet during the Heian period. It's said she served the wife of Emperor Ichijo, Empress Fujiwara no T.H.E. Man, that takes me back. I haven't heard those names in a long time. Wait, hang on, have we met before? Maybe back when I was still in the palace? Nah, that can't be it. You'd have still been a little kid back then. I mean, fans can't be that big. It's not that odd. Whoa there, Seki. There's two things you should never discuss with Sei Kyoko. Her age and her name. She's put a lot of work into making herself look young, you see. Her real age is... Sei. Ow. Lord Kintoki, could you please tell us how you came to know this lady? Huh? Oh, let me see. Well, I can't say exactly which family she's from, but Kyoko here's a genuine noble. I know you two might not have any business with the palace right now, but if you're gonna be staying around the city, it won't hurt to take this chance to introduce yourself. As for me, well, back when I was a kid who just couldn't get used to life in the big city, let's just say she helped me out of a few jams. Yep, that about sums it up. I know I might not look like it, but I actually love helping people out. I see. According to the stories told in the Edo period, Lord Kintoki was born several years before Lady Sei Shonagon. But in reality, it seems Lady Sei Shonagon was actually the older of the two. Of course, this would hardly be the first time a heroic spirit did not exactly line up with their real-life counterpart. I mean, in my case, I am a puppet, so... Anyway, what's going on tonight? Oh, does it have anything to do with Lord Michinaga's latest scheme? As if that'd narrow it down, considering how many schemes he's always got going on. Nah, I just ran away from home and I'm still running. I see. Did something happen back at the main Genji house, or maybe Lord Mitsunaka demanded Lady Raiko give up her leadership position? If it's going down how I think it's going down, then Lord Mitsunaka is being a real piece of work. My bet is that he wants Lady Raiko to give up the leadership while keeping her in charge of fighting and stuff so he can declare one of his other kids leader and force her to form a branch clan entirely. What's the main house got to do with me running away? Nah, this is just my own little screw-up. I guess I could have left the city altogether, but there's reasons I need to stick around. So I was just trying to think of a place where we could take shelter for the night. I see. So you need a place that'd be brave enough to take in 3 strange visitors in the middle of the night, huh? Lucky for you, I know just the place. Whoa, you do? I sure do. I'd invite you guys to stay at my place, but 3 new guests all at once would be a little much for a semi-retired woman like me. Now, come on, follow me. Let's get moving again, driver. Yes, ma'am. You get in the carriage with Kyoko, Danzo. Don't want you tripping in the dark and making your injuries worse. Thank you, but I will stay by Master's side. But what about... Understood, thank you. Well, looks like you and me are walking then, Seki. It's okay, we're really good at walking, Kintoki. Man, this sure was a heck of a coincidence, running into you guys out here like this. Lucky I did, too. These days, not even the main roads are completely safe. Sure can't hurt to have a warrior of Genji around, just in case. I see. Speaking of Sei Shonagon and the Genji, I believe her brother, Lord Kiyohara no Munenobu, eventually loses his life to someone from the Genji family. Not that I can say anything about that now. The main roads are usually pretty safe, but things have been weird on them the last few days. The last few days, huh? Whoa there. Looks like Kyoko was telling the truth. Seki! I see him. Don't worry, Danzo, you stay put. Me and Seki can handle him ourselves. Alright, let's just do this. I appreciate his faith in me as a master, but... it is misplaced. I am at least grateful that these are pretty much all one-of-one battles so far. I'm gonna overpower the heck out of this NP. As for your question, Dakota Doyle, I think Sei Shonagon died in the early 1000s. She was in her 50s or 60s. I think she died around 1015 or somewhere within a range of a couple years around that. And she was 50 or 60 then. She must have been born in the 960s? So she should be, in theory, in her 40s to 50s right now. Like, late 40s, early 50s? I think? Yeah, it takes place in 1008. I remember that. So if she dies about 10 years after that, approximately, right? Somewhere in a range of a decade after that, in her 60s. Then she's in her 50s now, being born in around the 960s. At least as far as I remember. I could be wrong.
展開しましょう。慈悲神戸垂れよ。恐怖は希望も何人通るにあたわず。
You'd have to double check the dates though. And I think from what I remember, Lady Murasaki outlived Sei by a couple of years, and she was also close to a decade younger. I think she outlived her by about a decade-ish. So, in theory, Murasaki right now would be in her 40s. If that makes sense. Yeah. That math sounds right in my head. But I don't, you know, obviously I could be very wrong. I've been very wrong before on birth dates. Oh, we went straight into that fight. Okay. This is a 1 of 2, so for this one we're not gonna massively overpower the first attack. Mini M&M's, guys. The best M&M. Yeah, especially because FGO has her, like, looking much younger. Pretty sure... Just trying to think of... trying to think of the time period. Yorimitsu predated both of them, right? Because that's Raiko's name. But not by much, so he dies between them. I think he dies... He's like in his 70s, and he dies after Sei and before Murasaki. Which if you count backwards, I mean, that puts it in the 20s. So if you count backwards from 1020, about 70-something years, you get the 10... Like, the very, very late 1040s, maybe, like... They're not 1040, 940s to, like, 950-ish. So, like... In theory, there's your sort of... Your time, right? Is the 950s? 940s to 950s? And then... Obviously, you pair the Heavenly Kings in that same time period. So yeah. Like, Raiko's a little older. Because you have to remember that, like, Raiko's more is established earlier than Murasaki and Sei are. That's fair. despite appearances based on what you guys have seen me eat on stream. I'm not typically a sweet person. I do prefer savory stuff, but I don't know, I've just, mini M&Ms have been my craving for like the last month. And I think for me they're better than the regular size M&Ms because they're crunchier. More coating, less like chunk. I know that sounds weird because the coating is just like chemicals and like sugar, but I like the crunch of foods. There, that's the last of them. Thanks, you too. Anyone hurt? No, great. These kinds of battles don't bother me at all, but... Well, it's just... I'm a little unsure about what to do. Okay, we're here. What is this place? Ever heard of the tale of Genji? It's all the rage in Kyo right now. Well, its author, Murasaki Shikibu, lives here. Is Lady Murasaki a friend of yours, Lady Kyoko? Nah, I've never met her. You haven't? But I'd bet anything she's like the graceful noblewoman's noblewoman. So, I'm sure she's the type of girl who'd never abandon anybody in trouble. Come on, she's gotta be too old to be called a girl by now, right? Say! Ow! Anyway, the point is, we've arrived at Murasaki Shikibu's house. She's a lady in waiting for Empress Shoshi, so when she's not writing stories, she works at the palace. In that case, just tell her that Kusano Iori sends her regards. I'm pretty sure, no, I'm positive she'll know what that means. Alright, my house is over there, so this is where we part. See you guys some other time. Bye, Kyoko. Thanks for the help. Wait, we just ran into some monsters not too long ago. Is it not dangerous to travel along the main roads at night with only a bare minimum of attendants? Not necessarily. Noble carriages like that always have several shikigami with them. They might not be able to handle a Tsuchigumo, but they're kept out by the bounded field that the Onmyo Bureau set up around the main roads anyways. But the carriage shikigami can handle any smaller monsters that come around no problem. Personally, I'd just as soon not have to depend on any Onmyoji for help. But, times being what they are, I can't afford to be picky. Shikigami. Then, why did you and Master defeat those monsters we encountered earlier? Oh, that? Well... I was sort of just giving Kyoko a show to thank her for her help. And I totally enjoyed it, but that doesn't mean you should take too many risks out there, okay? Because if there's one thing I hate, it's people dying young from a little mischief that got out of hand. Alright, I'm really going now. Good night! Yeah, she's so cute. Okay, let's go ask this Lady Murasaki here to put us up. I'm sorry? I do beg your pardon, but I'm afraid I just don't understand what this is all about. For starters, who in the world is this Kyoko person you mentioned? I recognize you as Lord Sakata Kintoki, of the Genji family, of course. I've seen you around Lord Michinaga's mansion a number of times. I know, I want to say so bad. That's me, and here I thought we were meeting each other for the first time. Sorry for not recognizing you from the Minister of the Left's palace. Oh, no, that's quite alright. I mean, what is it that brings you to my house at this hour of the night, Lord Kintoki? Did I make a terrible mistake at the palace or something? Oh, baby girl, I just want to hug you. I agree, Lady Seki. Do forgive us for intruding so late. Don't worry, Lady Murasaki, you didn't do anything wrong. I only use that name when I'm writing, so please just call me Kaoruko. Oh, okay, got it. Anyway, don't worry. I know Brother Tsuna likes to play at being an officer, but that ain't my thing. We ain't here to bring you in for any wrongdoing at all. Actually, we kinda need your help. Huh? Come to think of it, Lord Watanabe no Tsuna did appear to be dressed like a police officer. And yet, as far as my records show, there's no mention of him ever actually serving as such. Huh, really? So that's how things are in the future. You don't have exact records of anything and everything, eh? See, Tsuna's not exactly a typical proper officer. When he was first ordered to protect the city, he said it was the only right for him to learn how to be an officer too. He went to the bureau on his own and asked them to make him one. He's nothing if not responsible, that's for sure. Huh? Records? Lord Tsuna? Yes? Kusa no Iori? Kusa no Iori, then that must mean... I see, Lady Sei Shonagon sent that message, did she? Even though I've never met her at the palace, or even so much as spoken to her. I see. Very well, I suppose it would be rude of me to turn away guests on such a cold night. Alright, I'll have a room made up for you. Well, 2 rooms, since you have 2 women accompanying. Oh no, that's quite alright. Please pay us no mind. It is best for us if we stay together, regardless of the hour. So, I would ask that you let us all share a room, if that is alright. Huh? Oh, yeah, I guess so. That probably is for the best, given the circumstances. I see. Very well. I'll convey your wishes to the servants. Are you truly certain about this? We are. Please, pay it no mind. I see. Very well, then. You're very, open-minded, aren't you? And free-spirited, judging from your manner of dress. I cannot tell a lie. Anytime I see the phrase open-minded, I just think of the TikToks, right? Like the viral TikToks, are you open-minded? Because it's so funny. I would love both Sei and Murasaki in their regular forms. I have Sei in her summer form, but I'd like both in their regular. Exactly. You're so open-minded. It's good to finally take a load off. I'll have to make this up to Kyoko somehow, and to Lady Kaoruko, of course. Master, Lady Seki. We have been fighting a great deal from the moment we ray-shifted here, so please get some rest. I will focus on doing the same. You are too kind, Master. Rest assured, I will be back at peak condition by tomorrow morning. And most importantly, I can finally begin following our original itinerary. Whoa, the servants even laid out shitone for us. That's real considerate of them. Shitone, that's a kind of mat used for sleeping, correct? And they gave us hot water, too. This is a real nice change of pace after several days spent camping out. Plus, if I'd stayed out there, it'd probably just be a matter of time till Raiko found me and gave me a good scolding. I can almost hear her telling me, "You're no longer on the mountain where you grew up, Kintoki." Makes me nervous just thinking about it. Let's see. Get Raiko to help us, then. True, Raiko'd definitely be willing to believe all the crazy stuff you've told me. She's a lot more open-minded than most warriors, that's for sure. Is she open-minded? But, now's not a good time. See, Boss Raiko hasn't really been herself lately. She's been holing up in her house since the Imperial Holy Grail War started. And she didn't even come out when she heard that both Brother Usui and Uncle Urabe had been injured. I don't know if she's just broken up about the idea of her fellow Genji fighting amongst themselves, or if she's one of the masters too. Yeah. She's just like, oh, you're so open-minded. I was reading a fanfiction last night that really would have qualified under open-minded for the fandom it was in, and it was very funny. Senpai. Master. Boo! Boo! Ah! What the? Are those ghosts? No, wait, that ain't it. I think I've seen this kind of thing somewhere before. This some kind of sorcery or onmyo spell of yours? You mean someone developed a method of video transmission even in the Heian period? Never mind that now. Master, in accordance with our original plan, I've activated my full functionality. And I have just succeeded at establishing contact with Novum Chaldea. Okay, that's starting to hurt. We'll take that down. You are too kind, Master. Novum Chaldea, so this must be the place way off beyond tomorrow's tomorrow. Damn, this is really something. Good, the video connection is holding steady too. I can see you, Danzo, and... Oh, is that... the Sakata Kentoki of Heian-kyō? Thank goodness you're both okay, and I see you've already managed to secure help from one of the locals. Yeah. I'm afraid so. That's correct, Master. Did something interfere with the race shift? We believe so, and Lady Sion's calculations say that's the most likely explanation as well. Both Lady Mash and I were unable to race shift there, and instead were left behind here at Novum Chaldea. We quickly tried to race shift again, of course, but it failed in the same way. It appears to be an advanced jamming method that bypasses every anti-interference safeguard that we have in place. We're looking into a way around it, but we still haven't come up with anything. I'm so sorry, Master. I'm glad to see you're safe, but the situation isn't great. The reason you and Kato Danzo were the only two to race shift there successfully is that whoever was interfering with it considers you two special cases. In other words, you're basically welcome guests. I see, so nobody besides us is welcome here. But who could be the one inviting us? I'm sorry, that was foolish of me. It's definitely Limbo. I agree, that is most certainly the case. Sorry to butt in, but there's a lot of things I'm not getting here, and one thing I want to make sure of. So the companions you guys thought you came here with are back at this Chaldea place, yeah? That right? Got it. That's great news. This means we don't have to run around searching Kyo for them. Right? Yes, that's true. I feel as though we may be saying the same thing in different ways, but yes, this does mean we have achieved one of our goals, though without acting. Actually, make that 2, since we also managed to find a local willing to help us. And that just leaves... Right. Indeed it does. Now we can finally begin the operation in earnest. There you go. That's the spirit. Are you okay, senpai? Kentoki, do you think you could pull your, slaps a little more next time? Oh, sure, sorry about that. So hey, you there, the tiny pretty one, what's your deal? You're not just an ordinary kid, right? I'm sensing something powerful from you. You an onmyoji, a sage, maybe some kind of tengu? Not that I know if they even got those in your time. Was the tiny part really necessary? Oh well, I can roll with it. I can't deny that I look pretty young in this form. Anyway, I'm Leonardo da Vinci, friend of Seki's and unparalleled genius. Damn, so you're an honest-to-goodness prodigy, huh? That's real impressive. I'm Sakata Kentoki, Genji warrior. Nice to meet ya. And I'm Sherlock Holmes. It's a pleasure, Sakata Kentoki. Oh? Looks like we got yet another new guy here. And there's something about this one that reminds me of Lord Seimei. Man, Chaldea must be a hell of a place. Alright, here's the situation as we understand it. We believe that both Seki and Kato Danzo were explicitly invited to the city of Heian-kyō in the year 1008. Invited by whom, you may ask? Limbo, naturally. While it was an unfortunate surprise to learn that Mash Kairolite and Fuma Kotaro were unable to accompany you on your race shift, everything else has unfolded just as we predicted. Limbo has gone out of his way to create a new singularity, a black mark on human history. His targets are almost certainly you, Seki, for having been an obstruction to his plans so many times, and Kato Danzo, with whom he has history of sorts. I doubt his plan here is to achieve final victory. Rather, his goal is likely to simply be toying with you on his home ground. Nothing more. Now that he has cut you off from any aid, and seems focused on boxing you both in on all sides, he has clearly forgone any pretense of strategy in favor of indulging his proclivities. Foul and steeped in death and pain as they are. And that is all there is to say. I suspect he may have someone helping him before you two race shifted there. But I am at this stage absolutely certain no such collaborator exists. Limbo is the one behind this, and he is acting entirely on his own. I mean, it doesn't get more obvious than the bad guy outright signing their work. I gotta tell you, I was not expecting to see a bunch of letters in the logs for Mash and Kotaro's failed race shifts. Letters? That's right, the letters. D, O, U, M, A, N. Buffoo! So what? This guy put his name in as some kind of message. Indeed, this is clearly Douman telling us he is the one behind all of this. If that's supposed to be some kind of joke, it ain't funny. So basically, whoever this guy is, Lembo or Lord Ashia Douman or whoever, he's outright daring you guys to come after him. The guy's gotta be a real piece of work to be straight up signing his name like that. Indeed. That said, I still do not understand. If Limbo's goal is to seek revenge on us, then what is the point of this Imperial Holy Grail War ritual? An Imperial Holy Grail War? I've not heard that term before. Tell us everything you know. Really? So the only servants being summoned are casters. That's certainly a decision. It sounds like he's taken the whole Holy Grail War concept of summoning heroic spirits and downsized it or something. But if he did it like that, then this Holy Grail's capacity for granting wishes couldn't possibly be omnipotent? No, it certainly couldn't. Which means the part about the winner having a wish granted must be a lie. In which case, what if the Grail were restricted to a single function only? I think that could work. The idea of using heroic spirits' souls as an incredible source of magical energy has been around since long before Holy Grail Wars were even a thing. If you just wanted to use them as a power source for a single goal, it wouldn't matter how unbalanced that source ended up being. I think, yeah, it could definitely work. Well, if our resident Uomo Universal says it would work, I, for one, am inclined to believe her. Then, if we assume that this Imperial Holy Grail War is designed with a single purpose in mind, the next question to ask would naturally be, what is that purpose? Personally, I suspect it is to transform the very world itself. Do you mean as in to change the world in whatever way the wisher desires? Naturally. Think back to the events of Shimosa. A great ritual was held there that involved the deaths of countless human souls and several heroic spirits. And as a result, Shimosa became a pseudo-parallel world of sorts, a pseudo-lost belt, if you will. That's true. According to our records, Shimosa's Onryo Castle was functionally equivalent to a Lost Belt's Tree of Emptiness. You could even call it a pseudo-Tree of Emptiness. So maybe Limbo's planning to use this Imperial Holy Grail War as a means to create something similar. So he can make Heian-kyō into a Lost Belt? But why would he want to do that? Perhaps he wishes to have the foreign god manifest in the Heian period. Could that be? Precisely. Now that the foreign god has manifested in Olympus, they should have no further need of a vessel. Unless perhaps as a spare? No, I cannot see any way a transcendent being of that magnitude would require anything like a spare. And let's not forget, with nothing but caster souls in the mix, the result's not going to exactly be balanced. Like I said before, it's no easy feat to keep the magical energy source for such a massive spell stable. Even if the ritual is designed for just a single purpose, any imbalance in the heroic spirit souls used to power it could still cause the whole spell to implode. There must be some trick we're not seeing. Unless, maybe the whole thing's just some kind of twisted prank? Huh? Aw, crap. We're losing our connection. Senpai! Perhaps Limbo finally noticed our connection, or perhaps he wants to cut us off before we realize something he'd rather we not know. Regardless, Seki, it is absolutely imperative that you stop this ritual from being completed. If every heroic spirit materialized there is killed, Heian-kyō could be subject to a new pseudo-Tree of Emptiness, just like what happened in Shimosa. And that would result in two concurrent and existential threats to proper human history, a singularity and a lost belt all in one. That's just a possibility for now, not a certainty, but either way, you watch your back out there. We'll continue trying to establish contact until we get through again. So please, keep your comms line open. Yeah, it kind of would have been nice to see all the Heavenly Kings. How you doing, Jens? Senpai. Oh my. It seems I got a bit carried away. Really, Chaldeans, you could at least try to secure your communications a little. As it is now, it only took a flick of my fingers to sever them entirely. Ah, well, in any case, I think that detective explained quite enough of my plan. We do need to save some surprises for later, after all. Now then. That's a lovely noise. Master of Chaldea, my beautiful marionette. From this point onward, we will be engaged in a contest of pure strength. Come and let us compete to see which of us can slaughter the most innocents. That's true! Aww! I have a chance. That's what you're telling me. No, I didn't even know that. I'm not very well up on new films coming out. Send a link in one of the Discord chats. Maybe, I don't know, put it in like anime chat or something? Even if it's not an anime. And I'll check it out later. I kind of find out about films when they appear in theaters or when somebody tells me about them. I'm not much of a big movie person. Oh, hey, it's the moon last night. As the moon sets, the clouds part, revealing a clear sky beginning to lighten. Very nice. There's just something about her stories that really speaks to me. They make me feel like I'm a character in them myself, experiencing life in that palace. But I can't get behind using them for politics. That's just cruel of Lord Michinaga. Writers should be free to write what they want. I don't think people can really do their best work when it's just for themselves. I think that only happens when they're trying to live up to others' hopes for them. And I'm sure it's no different for her, either. I think she's putting everything she's got into writing more stories to make Lord Michinaga and Lady Shoshi happy. You shouldn't be. Sometimes links get censored, and I don't necessarily have a ton of control over that. But I don't see a link, so if you posted one, it might not have sent through. I might have links banned from members of chat just because we've had like spam before. But then again, maybe I'm just overthinking it. Yeah. There are times when that is true, and times when it is not. Stories, huh? Yup, an unfinished story. I know Kaoruko's journey isn't anywhere close to over, and I don't want it to end here and now. I want to make sure she's writing her best story right up to the very end. A story just for her that only she can write. Aww. You need not worry. The act of storytelling is very similar to the act of following one's dreams, finding inspiration in great poetry, and weaving one's own world. She will see it through to the end. I'm certain of it. Huh, really? You seem awfully well informed. Indeed I am. My own friends were great poets with similar inclinations. Is Sei a master too? That's what I'm assuming. The city of Kyo, where monsters, evil spirits, and oni run rampant. Of late, such foul creatures have even been prowling even the city's main roads. Now, something even stranger has been spotted walking Kyo's streets at night. A great hulking beast that towers over the average person. A steel monster. Indeed, the metallic glint of the beast's body under the moon's pale rays resembled nothing so much as steel. Truly, the beast with its eerie, glowing red eyes made for a terrifying sight as it wandered the deserted streets. The people of Kyo cowered in fear of this beast, convinced it would devour them if given the slightest chance. Even though no remains of the beast's meal, humans or otherwise, were ever found. The end. Excerpt from a diary. Let's see. Yeah, it's cool. And there you have it. Lately, there have been a number of rumors about a steel monster supposedly walking the main roads at night. I mean, we all know who this is. Indeed, I too am unsure as to what this means. No citizen of Kyo has actually seen the creature themselves, yet the rumors continue to spread. Should it prove to be no more than a rumor, then we can cease our worrying. However, these rumors did begin only a few days ago, almost at the same time as... Yes, exactly. Steel, huh? So this thing's using steel to armor its entire body. If that's true, that's a hell of a thing. Steel's been used to make weapons since pretty much forever, even back in the Age of Gods with Susanoo no Mikoto. It's not Mecha Ellie Mark II! Mecha Ellie Mark II is not hulking. Even now they say the sword that was used to kill Orochi was made of steel, and it's being kept in a shrine somewhere now. But that was then and this is now, and while I know a whole lot of things are different nowadays, I never heard of anything like that, even as far south as Hakata. Which basically means there's nothing like it in all Japan, or China for that matter. I'm guessing it's probably just a monster with tougher skin than usual. It's Charles Babbage. Is it Charles? Yeah, it's Babbage. I made the thumbnails for these streams. I know it's Babbage. I mean, it's not like we're talking about the Setsu armor here. Master. You mean Golden Huge Bear? What's that? Oh, did I say something weird when I was talking to myself? Sorry about that. Didn't realize you were listening. I was just running my mouth figuring you wouldn't know what I was talking about. Anyway, just forget you heard that. That was, well... It's one of the Genji's most secret secrets, and I'll get in a heap of trouble if they find out I let an outsider know about it. No, I don't know who any of the masters are thus far, except for the ones I've been shown. It's just, if you look at the thumbnail for the stream, you'll notice that I put all of the servants. Like, so what I do is I just look up a list of servants from inside each of the Lost Belts, or the chapters, and then I just get their little sprites and I put them there. So, like, I know which servants are going to be featured in each chapter. But I don't know, like, what roles they're playing or anything like that, you know? Like, I didn't know Watanabe no Tsuno was going to be a master, so. But yeah, that's kind of... So I vaguely know, like, who all the servants involved are, and I'm actually really glad that because of that, when I was looking at them, I chose to use the third ascension for both Sei and Murasaki, because I really like their third ascension, and I was like, it feels appropriate, and now I'm actually quite happy that I thought to do that, because we are seeing them both in what's their third ascension art. Which is personally my favorite for both of them. Yes and no, Nervemeister. He's talking with a bit of a... I'm assuming it's supposed to be like a provincial or country twang, and so I'm kind of trying to give it something defining, but I'm not specifically channeling like NYC or anything. I'm just trying to like cut some of my syllables and sort of like speak in a different way, just a little to define him from everyone else, since it's hard to tell sometimes when I'm just reading dialogue. But yeah, it's nothing specific. It's just, you know, trying to have a little fun with it. So please, just forget I said anything. It might be leaning New NYC, but that's just because I have you know, it might just be the way it's leaning. Right, I never heard nor recorded anything. We heard you say armor of steel could not possibly exist. No more. Indeed, even several hundred years from now, in an age of war when I myself lived, steel armor was an extremely rare sight. I have never heard of such a thing being made in Japan. The only sets that exist were imported from foreign lands. Like China. No, like the countries in the South Sea. Countries in the South Sea? Oh! So, down in the south, there are actual countries out on the sea? I suppose that is technically what my phrasing suggests, but that is not generally what is meant, no. I was actually talking about foreign lands from much further away. Western lands, to be exact. Yeah. I'm just trying to channel a little bit of difference in for his dialogue, since he talks a lot. Nope, I don't get it. But wherever these places are, I guess not even Hakata trades with them. Anyway, make sure you chew your rice thoroughly, Seki. You ain't touched your food in a while now. That ain't no way to show your appreciation to Lady Kaoruko's servants for going out of their way to make rice for our breakfast. Now go on, eat up, and make sure you savor every bite. That's more like it. Yeah. Alright, Seki, I got something to tell you. You just keep on eating while I do the talking, okay? I want to talk about what we're going to do about the Imperial Holy Grail War. To be honest, I don't know what I should do. I got the marks on my hand, but I never got a heroic spirit of my own. After a few long days of waiting, I thought you might be my servant, but then you said you're not. Instead, you're a master who's got nothing to do with the Imperial Holy Grail War. Anyway, putting all that aside, after hearing everything your friends at Chaldea had to say, I can't help but think this Imperial Holy Grail War thing don't pass the smell test. In fact, it reeks to high heaven of outright villainy. This Limbo guy, yeah? I always thought this ritual sounded pretty weird, but now I know it's this evil bastard's crazy scheme. A lot of things make sense. Your friend said to stop the ritual. Right? I think that's the right idea. There's no point in warriors who have sworn to protect the country competing with each other like this. Well, I guess the Imperial Palace decided otherwise, but who cares? They're monsters. Anyway, there you go. I ain't about to dance to some evil bastard's tune. Lord Kintoki. Whoa there. Don't go falling for me now, you hear? I see you have a great sense of humor as well, Lord Kintoki. As I am a puppet rather than a human being, I can assure you there is no need to worry about that. Got it. Yeah, I think it's because I'm trying to really slur some of the words together where he's dropping consonants at the end, and that in general you tend to run sounds together a little bit more in the South. So, let me take a look at my thumbnail again. Who might be his servant? Just based on the servants that I see in this thumbnail and who I think might actually be a character versus who might not be, maybe Nursery Rhyme? Nursery Rhyme might be his servant. I'm not sure though, because I'm, you know, maybe? I mean, that makes like potential sense to me. See, I'm gonna really quickly open up my own image here so I can actually see it properly. Yeah. I'd probably guess either Nursery Rhyme or Fudge. I've forgotten that character's name, but okay. Yeah. Did Lord Kintoki just avert his eyes from me a bit? Lord Kintoki. Yeah? Is there something I am lacking? If there is, please say so. Heroic spirits are supposed to be summoned in their prime, but I'm afraid I am still deeply flawed. Regrettably, it seems that even in my prime, my various functions were plagued by many defects. I have thought about it a great deal, but the fact remains that my functions are still imperfect. If I have done anything to offend you, I would ask that you please let me know. Alright, got it. Now, do you think you could maybe... Where's the gif of the dad just chewing in the background? Oh, I see. Don't get me wrong, I think it's great how your outfit's built for mobility. But when you get too close, it's a little hard to know where to look. Catch my drift? I see, is that how it is? That's how it is. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind giving me some space, I'd appreciate it. Oh hey, you all done eating, Seki? Alright then, now seems like a good time to tell you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm gonna stop this Imperial Holy Grail War and whatever this Limbo bastard's up to. So I want you to think of me as one of your trusted companions, just like the rest of your team. Maybe Paracelsus, but I don't see Paracelsus being his servant. I don't know, to me that just feels not correct in some way. It was the girl with the because I've forgotten her name. She's the only servant's name that I've forgotten from this image. But the girl with the pink hair, like pinkish red, I know who she is, and I've forgotten her. No. Right on. Is it Cersei? I don't think that's Cersei. Doesn't look like Cersei. I, too, am glad to have you on our team. Alright, next we ought to figure out how it is we're gonna do that, right? Well, I'm thinking the fastest way to do it is to take that Limbo scumbag down, since he's behind it all. You don't know where he is, do you? No, I'm afraid not. We do think he must be somewhere here in Heian-kyō, but even that is no more than a hunch. Hey, nothing wrong with hunches. In my experience, they're right more often than not. Besides, it's not like we don't have any clues at all to go on, right? What do you say this Limbo guy's other name was? That's it, Lord Ashia Douman. He's the Onmyoji running the whole Onmyo Bureau in Lord Seimei's absence. Yeah, Suzuka! That's who I was thinking. But Suzuka also feels wrong? I don't know. He's about as high up as high ups come. Rumor even has it that the Minister of the Left's keener to listen to him than Lord Seimei now. Danzo, I got a question for you. Yes? Would you recognize this guy if you saw him? Yes, I would. Limbo and I have our own history of sorts. So I am certain I could tell it. Oh yeah, because it has to be a caster. Okay. Whether this Ashia Douman is the original living one from this time or Limbo. Is Tama no Mai a caster? In her Tama no Mai form? Okay. So yeah, okay. Then I think my best guess would probably be either Nursery Rhyme or probably Tamamo, not Suzuka. Paracelsus feels wrong. I don't know how to explain why Paracelsus feels wrong, but Paracelsus does feel wrong. Yeah. Okay. Hell yeah! Alright, next thought. We're smack in the middle of the Imperial Holy Grail War, yeah? And since it's this crazy huge ritual that requires every Onmyoji in the Bureau working to pull it off, all of those folks are gonna have to hunker down in the safest part of the city. So I'm thinking if Lord Douman's gonna be anywhere, it'll be the Imperial Palace. Back when I was gathering information, I took a look at the Imperial Palace at the end of Suzaku Avenue. Even though it's being rebuilt after a fire burned parts of it down, it has a strong temple-level bounded field, better than top-rate mage workshops. In fact, it could well be even stronger than that, and I am just not knowledgeable enough to see it. Yeah. The only way we're getting in there is through the front door, and with a damn good reason. Huh? Good morning, everyone. Oh my, I see you've all polished off your breakfasts. Would you care for another serving of rice? It won't take any more time to prepare at all. Hell yeah! Thanks, Lady Kaoruko. Yep. I am sorry, I'm not used to hearing men speak at such volume. So then, you would like seconds, yes? And very much so, from the sound of it. Very well, coming right up. The servants will be thrilled to know you enjoy their cooking so much. Oh yeah, seconds would be great, thanks. And while we're at it, we got another favor to ask you too, Lord Kaoruko. Oh yes, by all means, anything for honored guests. Indeed, you're all free to stay as long as you like. And if you have any special requests, I will gladly do whatever I can to grant them. I knew the daughter of Lord Fujiwara no Tamatoki would hear us out. You proper nobles really know your manners. I hate to take advantage of that generous nature of yours, but it's for the greater good. Lady Kaoruko, we do have a request to make of you, a big one. Yep. Lord Kitoki, what were you thinking making Lady Kaoruko cower in fear not only once, but twice? It's not like I was trying to scare her. Sorry about that, Lady Kaoruko. See, the truth is... You wish to visit the Imperial Palace? I see. While I am sure you already know this as a warrior of the Genji, I feel I must remind you that the Imperial Palace is home to His Imperial Highness, the Emperor. Only the highest ranked officials may enter, and only for the purpose of discussing political decisions that affect all of Japan. The only exceptions are those who serve the Emperor or Empress personally, such as myself, as I am one of Lady Shoshi's ladies-in-waiting. One cannot simply walk in as they like. But, of course, you knew that when you made your request, didn't you? Please, I'm begging you here. Oh, my, Lord Kintoki. Please, stop that. There's no need for you to bury your face in the floor. Dogeza, I have never seen a warrior of Lord Kintoki's caliber lower himself like this. Please, we need your help. I promise we won't make any trouble for you. Well, I mean, not more than we're making now. As long as it doesn't get back to the main Genji house, you can even use my name if you want. We just want to talk to Lord Ashiya Douman in the palace. So please, Kaoruko, help us out. Lord Kintoki. Well, there may be a way. If I use your name when I ask Lord Michinaga, he may be willing to let you in. I have a tendency of finding myself in people's debt, so I do not want to owe Lord Michinaga even more. I don't want to ask you to do anything you're not comfortable with, Lady Kaoruko. If you can't help us, that's okay. We'll just lay low here until we come up with something else. Well, I guess we'll be making trouble for you either way, but... Yes, that's true, isn't it? Alright, I understand. I understand very well now. Then again, how many debts I owe at this point hardly matters, so I shall take care of this myself. Okay. Hang on, I ain't hearing things right. Kaoruko just said she'd figure something out, yeah? I was a little uncertain of what to do since it was such a big request, but I'm not uncertain anymore. That's all. So while I am uncertain how helpful I can be, I will do my best. Awesome. Thanks, Kaoruko. Thank you, Lady Kaoruko. We are in your debt. You're welcome. At any rate, I will do everything in my power to get you inside the palace, but I am still not certain Lord Michinaga will allow it. So if I am unable to make that happen, I hope you can forgive me. Oh, I don't know. I think you've got a pretty good shot. You're not just any lady-in-waiting after all. You're the Murasaki Shikibu. I'm sure the Minister of the Left remembers who you are. I mean, from what I've heard, everyone in the whole palace reads your stories. Yes, that's right. Don't tell me. You've read it, haven't you? No, wait. I'd love to know what you think. I mean, I'd really love to know what you think, but if you say anything I'm not ready to hear, I don't know what I'll... But never mind that. You need permission to enter the palace, right? But leave it to me. I'll do the very best I can to get you in. It seems that authorities have various difficulties of their own. Authors. What the fuck? Sure looks that way. I can't even imagine what it's like for them. Of course, this is my first time meeting a storytelling genius. Writing stories is basically like looking in on entire lives unfolding in completely different places and describing them one word at a time, yeah? That's a whole different story from just recording some noble accomplishments or rumors about some warrior. It ain't at all like keeping a diary, either. I think it was Kyoko who said writers pick and choose whatever they like from real events, rumors, journals, dreams, and so on. And then they weave all those different elements together into a single story. So you start with just words, and when you're done, you've got a vision of a whole other world different from the one we live in. Man. I bet both reading and writing things like that has got to be a ton of fun. Thank you for waiting. Lord Michinaga has agreed to grant you entry into the palace tomorrow morning, though only briefly. Now come, we must leave right away. That's great, Kaoruko. Thanks a ton. Come on, Seki. I know you're sleepy, but it's time to get going. Awake! Here, Master. I have brought you a damp towel. Perhaps it will help wake you up. Feeling more awake now? I know it's been a while since we had dinner, and you must be pretty tired, but you'll just have to suck it up. Anyway, I gotta say, it was pretty smart of you to get us in right around daybreak, Kaoruko. I'm sorry it took so long for my messengers to obtain the necessary permissions. Still, if we take a carriage right now, we should arrive at the palace shortly before the gates open. Oh well, this is actually a special exception, since this is a matter that needs to be kept quiet from the main Genji house. The Minister of the Left thought you should come when you were unlikely to see any palace outsiders. Nice thinking, Lady Kaoruko. Of course, I expect we'll still have some waiting round to do once we get there. But hey, that means we ought to get to see Lord Douman first thing in the morning, right? Yes, that's true. You hear that, Seki? Right, Master. I never thought we'd get to ride in a carriage. I know, we always walk everywhere. Yes, very much so. Typically, carriages are only for nobility. Normally, it would be unthinkable for a shinobi like myself to so much as set foot in one. Ah, this is so exciting. I cannot believe I got to ride in a carriage not once, but twice. Ah. Oh, no, it's just, well, Master, I'm detecting vicious magical energy signals outside of the carriage. There are monsters afoot. But don't worry, Lord Seimei's spell should keep them away from us. We will just have to go around them, that's all. Too much trouble. Come on, boss. Ha, I bet seeing a little Ashigara sumo will wake you right up. Lady Kaoruko, you and your servants can just sit back and enjoy the show too. Right. Hostiles confirmed. Moving to eradicate now, Master. "101, 102, 103, what are we looking at? 101. Beautiful. And not even the worst 101 either. I do see that it's remaining 5, but, you know. It's fine. Gotta love that. Okay. Okay. Straight into a fight again. I'm not mad.
私の足元で許しを乞いなさい。落ちよ、ロードレスキャメロット。さて、どこから潰したものか。好き放題扱ってあげましょう。あまり悩ませない楽しくなるでしょう。はち切れそうでしょ。好き放題扱ってあげましょう。よく言いました。
There we go.
それは絶えず見た滅びの夢。最果てにありながら鳥は明日がしロードレスキャメル。
悔やむなら俺の前に立つんじゃなかったな。
Okay. Yeah. She feels much more apropos as a caster, doesn't she? I'm amazed we made it to the palace without having to take a single detour. That was truly an impressive performance. I'm gonna shut this bag before I keep eating mini M&Ms. A snack is a snack, it should not be a whole meal. I still can't quite believe you defeated all those monsters so easily. Hey, it's daylight now. That's a weight off our shoulders. Man, now I'm feeling sleepy. How silly. Were you not the one saying fighting would wake us all up? No. I am not eating approximately 2 pounds of mini M&Ms. That's a bad decision for my body. Yes, we do tend to see a lot of monsters in the middle of the night or right before dawn. Yeah, those things really prefer darkness. They almost never show their faces when the sun's out. The only thing you gotta worry about during the daytime is Oni. That truly does sound nightmarish. I had no idea Heian-kyō was such a dangerous place. Be that as it may, Kyo is still the most prosperous city in all of Japan. Indeed, I dare say it would be impossible for any other town to surpass its scale. Even the town of Hakata-Otsu, which serves as Japan's key port of trade with China, is still a far cry from Kyo's size. And yet, despite that, we still gotta deal with monsters. But hey, what are you gonna do? Heian-kyō wouldn't be what it is today if it hadn't been for the great Sei Taishogun, Sakanoe no Tamuramaro, and all the other warriors who fought and died to claim victory here. No. Not consume. I want to be able to eat stir-fry and steak in like an hour when I get off stream. So I will not be consuming an inadvisable amount of M&Ms. Look, that is in fact a meal of champions. I just what you're a champion of at that point. And you're right, I mean, this is, you know. Diet Dr. Papa! I do have a water right next to me, I just haven't had any from it yet. And of course, when you got winners, you also get losers. So what happens to the losers? Maybe they all die off. Or maybe they head out to the fields and mountains and spend the rest of their days nursing a real bad grudge. The kind that lasts for generations. When they die like that, they probably come back to haunt the people they see as responsible for their fate. And it wouldn't be any surprise if their grudges caused them to turn into Oni or Tsuchigumo while they were still alive. Lord Kintoki. Just kidding. No, because then, no. So the reason why Halloween bags, in my opinion, are not better is because you're actually paying extra for a shit ton of plastic, you know? This is a resealable bag, and for all that I'm joking about eating all of it, I bought this like a month ago, and I still have more than half of it left. Like, I don't know about how everyone is, but I'm well able to kind of control myself, especially when it comes to sweet things, since I don't have a particular sweet tooth. Now, chips. Put chips in front of me. I will eat the whole bag regardless of what size it is. But I have been eating this for like a long time, because I can only eat so much like every time I open it, and I don't eat it every day. It's just kind of like when I'm feeling a little peckish and sitting here. Chips, though, I will eat like a family-sized bag in a day. We don't keep chips in the house because of that. Both my mom and I are like absolute fiends for salty snacks. So we don't keep chips, we don't keep like trail mixes, we don't keep like those kind of snacks just because we know that we'll eat too much of them too fast. But sweets is a different matter. We're both more measured on that. If everyone that lost a war really did turn into monsters, society as we know it would have been wiped out long ago. So no, I don't think that's where all Oni and Tsuchigumo come from. Just some of them. I wonder which side Otakamaru came down on, and whether he changed his mind after Lord Tamuramaro beat him. And then there's his wife, Lady Suzuka Gozen. Some people say she was an Oni herself, or maybe the daughter of the Demon King, but who knows? Yeah. Ironically, yeah, it's easy to go after a whole bag of chips once you've just eaten a couple, especially because like in a family-sized chip bag there's so much air. Like a family-sized chip bag is not the same amount of food as like 2 pounds of mini M&Ms, you know? Or popcorn. Put a bowl of popcorn in front of me and I'll probably eat like most of the bowl. Nuts. I don't like nuts, ironically, unless they're salted pistachios. And even then I get more irritated having to open them than it's worth. So I'll eat like a handful and then I'm done. Sunflower seeds, although siamichiki, I will go nuts for. Like, salted sunflower seeds are like super popular in Eastern Europe, and I adore them. And yeah, it's annoying to open them, but if you're very careful with the way you eat them, you could just eat the shell as well. I don't like the texture of almonds. In general, I don't love the texture of most nuts. They're just like they're like weirdly not, they're like soft and not crunchy enough in like the strangest way. Like I'll eat like roasted chestnuts on occasion, you know? Or like I said, some salted pistachios, but just in general, I'm not a person who really likes a lot of varieties of nuts because they're strangely soft, and I don't know a better way to explain it than soft in a weird way, because they're not soft, but they're soft. That sounds so weird. I know it sounds weird. Maybe she was just a really tough warrior from a powerful family, one without any horns or flame breathing or anything. Not that we'll ever know now, of course. Anyways. Some of the losers who nursed a hell of a grudge gave themselves over to darkness, and even now they threaten Kyo during the night. You got it. Yeah, I actually tried them for the first time in Turkey. Last summer, because roasted chestnuts are just like a street food that you can buy there, even like in the heat of summer. And my mom grew up eating them in Russia, and so she has really fond memories of them. So we got a bag of them so that she could have some. But the problem is, it's actually really hard to get roasted chestnuts in the United States because invasive plant species basically destroyed American chestnuts, right? So like the American chestnut is actually a pretty endangered species now, whereas it used to be really common across the entire continent. And there are a couple of different groups of people that are trying to bring back the prevalence of American chestnuts, but it's just not, because because there was such a dip in like the production of them here in the US, they kind of fell out of popularity, and because of that there's not a massive demand for them, which makes it a lot harder to fund restoration efforts and that sort of thing. So like I highly recommend trying roasted chestnuts. Like it's really good, like they're fantastic. But it is really hard to get them sometimes. Like you have to basically have a place near you that'll sell you chestnuts, because I think they can be really expensive to order in general. Ooh, Zero. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't eat peanuts. I feel like that's maybe a sign. I fuck with a good peanut butter, but I'm not a huge fan of peanuts. You know. Here we are, everyone. We've arrived at the Imperial Palace. Then, if you will excuse me. Huh? Lady Danzo was just here. I don't see her anywhere, though. Is she still in the carriage? No, she's not. That's strange. I could have sworn I saw her here. I even thought I heard her voice. But if you're sure, I suppose it must have been my imagination. Perhaps it's because I didn't sleep last night. Well, that certainly won't do now. I need to be clear-headed and on my best behavior here. No, not just me. That goes for all of you, too. Remember, the palace does not tolerate any rudeness whatsoever. So please, make sure you take extra care with how you speak and conduct yourselves. Is that clear? Got it. No, wait. I mean... I am aware, Lady Kaoruko. Rest assured, I, Equerry Sakata Kentoki of the Genji clan, have matters well in hand. Please be sure that you do. One transgression will see us all lose our heads, myself included. Alright, let us be on our way. Lord Ashiya Douman, the current head on Myoji. I have indeed heard rumors that he is somewhere inside the Imperial Palace. He would not usually be here this early. But apparently he is in the middle of performing a crucial ritual with the rest of the Onmyo Bureau, so he is at the palace day and night for the time being. I do not, however, know exactly where to find him within the palace. All I can do is show you around while no one else is around. Whatever you do, please make absolutely sure you do not go anywhere near the Emperor or Lady Shoshi may be. Understood. Good, then please continue this way. Although Lady Shoshi's father, Lord Michinaga, has taken up residence in the palace, we should not have to worry about running into him at this time of day. So please do not worry about that. Got it. Whoa there, hold up, Lady Kaoruko. There's someone headed this way. Whoever it is, they've got a real glamorous air about them. Could be a lady in waiting or... Oh! Well, hello there. What a surprise to see others up and about at this hour. You're one of Lady Shoshi's ladies-in-waiting, aren't you? Murasaki something, wasn't it? Good morning, Lady Takako. My name is Fujiwara no Kaoruko. I am also known as Murasaki Shikibu. That's it, Murasaki Shikibu. I've been reading your stories for a long time now. Yes? I'm sorry, but who might you be? Oh right, where are my manners? I'm Sakata Kentoki of the Genji family. We've come to see Lord Douman about an important matter. Well, how very polite of you. I suppose this must be your first time seeing me in this form. Huh? You mean you don't remember? Come now, think back to when you first came down from that mountain in Sagami. Oh, but then again, you were so young that maybe you couldn't tell your foxes from your tanuki back then. I do beg your pardon. No, not at all. We do appreciate everything you do for the city of Kyo, Lord Sakata Kentoki. As for the, young lady with the red hair, I couldn't help but notice you seem rather transfixed with me. Have we met somewhere before? If we have, I'm afraid I can't remember. I am Takako, one of the Emperor's concubines. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm sorry? What is it, Seki? Cat got your tongue or something? Oh, I gotcha. It wasn't a cat, it was the pretty noble lady. Sorry about that, Lady Takako. I hope you can forgive my young friend here. I see. Yes, that's quite alright. You certainly are a straightforward one, aren't you? you there. You can see, can't you? How strange. My illusions are perfect. No one but Lord Seimei should be able to see my tails, or the ears atop my head. No matter how gifted you may be, this should be entirely impossible. And yet, you saw through my illusion like it was nothing. Are you sure we haven't met somewhere before? If you and I already have a connection of some kind, that would be a different story. I know, it's really shifting. Oh my, I see. Then we do have a connection of sorts. Still, it seems you aren't here for me, so you truly are here to see Lord Douman. Well then, that's quite alright. I'm happy to keep my nose out of your affairs. So I do hope you'll return the favor and keep my little secret. Do we have an understanding? It's our wife! Good. Then do take care, won't you? For I'm told Oni and vengeful spirits have taken to prowling even within the palace walls as of late. I do want to pet the tail. Phew. I don't know what it is, but there was something about her that made my blood run cold. Me, Kaidamaro of Ashigara. I guess this means she's more fearsome than the giant bears on Ashigara. Man, this stuff's exactly why I don't understand women. Are you alright, Lady Seki? You seemed like you were discussing something very private. I've never exchanged more than a few pleasantries with Lady Takako myself. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about either, but... Excuse me, please. Right? Pulls out detangling brush. Huh? I didn't sense his approach. How the hell did he get behind Seki without me noticing? It's the man! The myth! The red flag! I do beg your pardon. Could I have a moment of your time, young lady? I couldn't help but notice the many impurities circling about your head. They may have something to do with your unusual manner of dress, but no matter. Please remain still. Oh, it's not red. Exercise in evil spirits, huh? And you did it so easily, without even needing to light any sacred fire. Pretty clear why they say you're one of the best onmyoji we've had in ages. There we go, that should do it. Have you run into any creatures of the night lately? Well, that won't do at all. You nearly brought the impurities with you into the palace. But that's alright, now that I've exorcised them, we have nothing to worry about. He looks so trustworthy! What do you mean? That's just a baby girl! That's just baby girl! Yes, that is me. Oh my goodness, I'm so terribly sorry. Though I have been fortunate enough to study under Lord Seimei, I had no idea some residual anger from the monstrosities that roamed Kyo at night was still clinging to you. I do hope you can forgive me, Lady Seki. Then you mean... That's baby girl! Sometimes baby girl is a homicidal maniac! It's good to see you again, Lady Kaoruko. I mean, Lady Murasaki Shikibu. And you, Lord Sakata Kentoki. As for you, I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Indeed, my name is Ashiya Douman. I am but a humble onmyoji. With the great Lord Abe no Seimei absent, I, along with all the capable onmyoji at the Onmyoji Bureau, have been attempting to fill his shoes. As it is my task to protect the Imperial Palace, albeit in a manner wholly separate from our valiant warriors, I was duty-bound to do something about the impurities I saw clinging to you, however minor. Goodness me, it seems you're not overly fond of me. Perhaps I shouldn't have been so hasty in stepping in to exorcise you. I'm afraid I don't understand why it is you're so wary of me. But it's quite alright, I am but a humble onmyoji after all. I am well aware that Lord Abe no Seimei has the love of the people in a way I never will. Indeed, the public seems to view me as something of a villain. So do not worry, I am accustomed to such dislike. Oh? He looks so normal with his eyes like this! Then may I ask how you already know about me? Surely you can't have heard anything from the missing Lord Seimei. Dunzo. I've been doing my best to let him blab on without cutting him off, but I can't wait anymore. Is this the bastard you guys were telling me about? Is this our limbo guy right here? Right. Master, Lord Kintoki, forgive me for remaining hidden while I speak. This man here does indeed look exactly like Limbo. However, I cannot sense any of Limbo's unmistakable malice from him. In fact, I sense nothing evil about him at all. It is almost as if the very type of magical energy he uses is completely different from Limbo. Huh, is that so? Then this guy and Limbo must be different people. This is great, Nanzo, just knowing that's a big help. Lord Kintoki, do I perhaps have something on my face? Nah, you don't. We just wanted to see you check up on something, and we have. We're all good now. If my friend there can't seem to stop shuddering, well, it's probably because she's never met an onmyoji before. Can't blame her, really, since she's from real far away. Oh, I see. Do you mean like Sagami or somewhere thereabouts? Something like that. What's all this commotion? Ugh. This man gives me the heebie-jeebies. Where do you think you are, Douman? Have you forgotten that you stand in the Emperor's palace? Lord Michinaga. Oh, Karuko, it's you. And you're Kaido Maru of the Genji clan. I don't recognize you. Who are you? Oh dear. That man gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't like him. Not one bit. Oh. Goodness. The palace played host to unusual guests today. The palace is the highest political institute in all of Japan, where the emperor himself resides. Not even warriors of the acclaimed Genji clan, or those who serve Lord Michinaga himself, could easily gain entry. And yet, in spite of all that, this young warrior and his companions said they wished to visit. Their reason? To meet with Lord Ashiya Douman, the onmyoji currently serving in Lord Abe no Seimei's stead, along with this man who has always seemed vaguely unsettling to me, despite his soft demeanor. Fortunately, the young warriors were successful. Their business now concluded, I thought they would turn around and leave right away. But, as luck would have it, it was then that none other than Lord Michinaga, the Minister of the Left and the Emperor's father-in-law, should appear. I was so shocked, I feared my heart might try to leap out of my mouth. The end. Excerpt from a diary. Look. To be fair, to be a homewrecker, you have to have some valuable qualities to one person that you're wrecking the home of. That's a joke. I do not condone home wrecking. I'm glad to see you in good health, Lord Minister of the Left. This young woman here is my apprentice. I expect she will one day be the equal to even the 4 heavenly kings. I am responsible for bringing her here, so I beg you please be lenient with her. Lord Michinaga, these are the 2 visitors I told you about the other... Silence, Kaoruko. I'm speaking with Kaido Maru right now. Yes, Lord Michinaga, forgive me. Now, you there, girl, let me take a look at you. Oh. How odd. It seems you are truly unafraid, even in the presence of the Minister of the Left. I see. So you are one of the Genji's up-and-coming warriors. Kaido Maru never mentioned that. If you had shown the slightest sign of fear, I would have declared you an interloper and lopped your head off where you stand. But, it seems you are made of stern stuff indeed. Have you perhaps encountered a great malicious spirit before? If you have, yet retain your sanity, that would mean you must be of a kind with Raiko and Kaido Maru over here. Wouldn't you agree, Kaido Maru? I would. While such monstrous bloodlines have no place in nobility, they can be quite useful in warriors, as Mitsunaka has demonstrated. You may raise your head, warrior of Ashigara. I will not reproach you for this transgression. Thank you, Lord Mich. Now, why have you done it? You said you had a reason for this. Very well, tell me what it is. Yes, sir. Oh boy, now what do I do? Just our luck to run into the Minister of the Left like this. And in front of Lord Douman, no less. So what do I do? If I mess up here, all our heads will roll for sure. Well, Sakata Kintoki, this'll be a good challenge in its own right. Alright, time to steel myself. I'm just gonna have to make him understand what's at stake. Kaidomaru, I know you are not a frequent visitor to the palace, and especially not at this early hour. I also heard from Kaoruko that you wished for an audience with this onmyoji. Why is that? Tell me why you have done this, Kaidomaru. It's the Imperial Holy Grail War. All those claims about the Imperial Holy Grail War bringing Kyo 1,000 years of peace are a pack of lies. Oh. The Imperial Holy Grail War's true aims are pure malice. We believe it is all a villain's scheme and that it will lead to a great uprising that threatens the peace of the entire city of Kyo. So please, Lord Minister of the Left, we beg of you, please reconsider going ahead with the Imperial Holy Grail War. A villain's scheme? But Lord Seimei himself detailed the workings of this ritual in the letter he sent. Ha 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 ha! A villain's scheme that will lead to a great uprising, Of all the things I thought you might say. Have you forgotten, Kaidomaru, this contest was Seimei's own proposal? I can understand how an innocent youth of the mountains to the east may not fully grasp the weight of the words of the greatest onmyoji of our time hold. But that's no excuse not to think before you speak. Remember, Kyo is already beset by constant threats to its peace. While it would be easy to dismiss this Imperial Holy Grail War as something not to be trusted, if true, the 1,000 years of peace we stand to gain in exchange for the lives of a few foreign sorcerers is a most worthy prize. And if it should prove to be false, then we shall be no worse off than we are now. Am I wrong, Kaidomaru? But Lord Minister of the Left, I'm told that we only know about this ritual from... Ah, the hell with it. Come on, Minister, how do we even know this letter even came from Lord Seimei? For all we know, it could just as easily be a fake. Don't you see how damn fishy all this is? Come on, Minister, there's gotta be some kind of villain's plan. Lord Kintoki, stop, please. You mustn't speak to Lord Michinaga in such a coarse manner. Sorry about that. I mean, forgive me, Lord Minister of the Left, but I meant every word I said. Please at least believe me about that. You have certainly never been this insistent about anything before, Kaidomaru. I can also see you are by no means an experienced liar. You say a villain is behind this. Tell me more. Well, what do you know? You're a lot more reasonable than I thought, Michinaga. Lord Kintoki! Oh. Go on. I don't trust this man. So, you believe this to be the scheme of a villain from another world, do you? Fascinating. Indeed, we do know there are worlds beyond China and Japan, as evidenced by the different casters from different lands we have already seen. And it does stand to reason that not every person from these other worlds would be kind and pure of heart. So I can see the logic behind your claims. However, everything about the letter we received, from the crest on its seal to the strokes in its writing, matches Seimei's other letters. Isn't that right, Douman? Yes, Lord Minister, I'm certain of it. I still don't trust that Douman guy, but if Danzo says it ain't him, I'll just have to trust that it ain't. Besides, accusing him of being limbo now won't get us anywhere. Ugh. Is something wrong? Furthermore, you have no evidence to verify your claims. It is one thing to make claims about this limbo person being behind it all, but as of now, we only have your word, and we cannot halt the Imperial Holy Grail War on your word alone. Damn it, I should have seen that coming. Of course that's how this was gonna go while we had no plan for things to go like they have. Right now, the only proof we got is Seki and the rest of the Chaldeans' word. I believe him, I'm already totally on board, but of course Lord Michinaga isn't gonna go for it. Especially when he doesn't have the same bad feeling about all this that I got. So now what do we do? However, I am a reasonable man. If you claim that the Imperial Holy Grail War is in fact a wicked scheme that must be stopped, then bring me proof. Michinaga. Watch your tongue, Kaidomaru. Now, as I was saying, you may either bring me proof that this is all some wicked scheme, or if all the masters remaining in the Imperial Holy Grail War were to refuse to complete, that would effectively halt the ritual as well. Lord Michinaga, that would... Am I wrong? No, it would indeed be impossible to complete the ritual if the masters refused to participate. As I thought. And those are not the only ways. If the Genji clan, the protectors of our city, were to determine that the Holy Grail War is indeed evil, I would certainly be willing to believe them. There are few tasks more important than protecting the city where the Emperor resides. So, if the clan charged with that task were to abandon this ritual in favor of protecting the city, I would certainly have no grounds to object. How does that sound? Hell yeah! You really are a reasonable guy, Michinaga. This aura. Brother Tsuna, I overheard your discussion. My apologies. I never thought we would both ask to enter the palace, Kintoki, let alone do so at the same time. Unfortunately for him, Minister of the Left, your proposal will not be possible. I am both a master in the Imperial Holy Grail War and a member of the Genji clan, which means neither of your conditions can be met, for I am devoted to seeing the Imperial Holy Grail War through to completion. Ah, if it isn't Tsuna, the warrior of Genji entrusted with the prized Higekiri. Ha ha ha! It seems as though you have your work cut out for you, Kintoki. Tsuna. Kintoki. I told you I would have you show me your left hand the next time we met. Did you now? If we were not in the Imperial Palace right now, Equerry, I would take a look right now and cut you down where you stand. However, it seems the terrain advantage lies with you now. So you've made me go back on my word. It would seem that here, at least, you are the superior fighter. Well, thanks. That's awful nice of you. Oh, brave and powerful Genji warriors, please. Please no further. This is the Imperial Palace. You simply cannot fight here. I beg of you, do stay your blades.
6月の誕生石と言われる真珠ですが、ふと
Okay. So there we have it. We might not be any closer to finding Limbo, but at least now we know he and Lord Douman are different people. And the Minister of the Left even gave us a chance to stop the whole Imperial Grail War. I'd say we got luckier than we could have hoped for. All we gotta do is get either the Genji clan or the other masters to wash their hands of it. So, what's our next move? Well, Lord Watanabe no Tsuna does pose a major threat if we put him aside for now. I believe our best option would be to find the 3 remaining pairs of masters and servants. Unless it would be easier to convince a majority of Genji clan to denounce the Imperial Holy Grail War? Nah, you're right. Boss Raiko ain't gonna be much help right now, so sorry about that. Right on. Gotcha. Man, you don't waste a second, do ya? I like it. You almost remind me of the Imperial officers. You used to poking around unfamiliar places or something, Seki? Then I'll have to make sure I don't fall behind. You got that right. Okay then, let's go see what the hot gossip is. The city is so much livelier now than it was at night. The difference is truly, well, day and night. I suppose I should have expected as much. No, truly, this is what it should be like all of the time. Pretty much, come to think of it, you two still haven't seen what it's like during the day, huh? Guess that makes sense since we had to stay inside Kaoruko's house all day yesterday. Hey, it's Kintoki. I knew it was you. Hi, Kintoki. Oh, if it isn't the Kaido of Sagami. Have you grown even bigger since I last saw you? Tell me, does the leader of the Genji know you're going around town with a couple of lovely ladies? Here, Kentoki, have some mochi. Don't worry, it's my treat. Oh, hey, this is great. We don't even have to go around looking for people to talk to. They're coming to us. That'll save us some time. Hey, everyone, you heard about anything weird happening lately? Are we talking about nighttime or daytime? It better be day, what with all the monsters who come out at night. We haven't seen the Tengu much lately. The only weird thing I can think of is that Oni, the one from Mount Oe. What, her? She's no big deal. The Genji are around to handle exactly that kind of thing. Me, I'm more worried about the Tsuchigumo. I heard they've even been showing up around Sai Road at night lately. At night? Well, that's no surprise. At nighttime, they show up around Suzaku Avenue too. What? No, they don't. Come on, Kaido. Tell him I'm right. Huh? Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, no, you don't. The only sort of Tsuchigumo a Genji warrior needs to worry about are the big ones. It's the officer's job to handle the monsters that wander around Kyo at night, right? Thanks for saying so. We don't usually divide the work up that neat and tidy, but yeah, that's basically right. Ooh, Kentoki! What about the steel monster? Huh? The steel monster, a great hulking figure that wanders the streets of Kyo at night and that towers over the average person. That's it! You know the Inari shrine down the road from the palace? Well, my big sister said she saw it slipping out from the grounds there. So there are monsters out there that not even the great virtues of Inari can do anything about? Yikes, that's scary. Oh, you mean the shrine where they keep the Inari palanquin? Yeah, I think I've heard that one too. My cousin has a daughter who lives out near Nishibojo Alley. And she said a big steel monster shows up around midnight making weird creaking noises. So how long has this steel monster been showing up? Has it always been around, or is this more of a recent thing? I'm not sure. I think I heard about it yesterday, or maybe the day before. My sister said she saw it yesterday. Master. Indeed, it would. Then let's go check it out. Danzo, let Kaoruko know we'll be coming back late, will ya? Understood. Okay. Alright. This is our last section for today, guys. Alright, it's nighttime now. So far, there ain't been anything weird. Man, it's been forever since I had company at a stakeout. Not as much as an actual officer. Catching thieves and looking for people's usually their thing. Our job's to deal with the Oni trying to take over Kyo and to take out monsters like the great Tsuchigumo. We also exorcise ghosts that show up in temples and noble houses, taking care of any stragglers who crop up from the rebellion in eastern Japan. Things like that, basically. But every now and then, we get jobs that involve taking a page from the officer's book, like this. Jobs that involve laying low, hiding out, and investigating the truth behind a rumor or mystery. Though it's all a pain in the ass. There's just so many people out in the city. And any place with a lot of people seems like it always has more than its share of trouble. Can't say I do, no. Did I mention I grew up on a mountain? It was Mount Ashigara, way off in the east in a place called Sagami. And of course, there weren't any other people around. Only other things there were beasts, and more beasts. Oh, and the occasional Oni. So I never saw this kind of thing back up on the mountain. There weren't any kids running around laughing, or mothers cooking, or men working. Like I said, there weren't any other people at all up there. So now that I live in the city, and I see that sort of thing all the time, I've really come to love them. Not sure I'd ever really feel at home in the city, and I'm not big on crowds. Still love those people anyway. I mean, I guess I like the way the beasts up on the mountain went about living their lives, doing whatever they felt like too. But even though it's real similar, it ain't quite the same thing, is it? I guess the best way I can put it is, they're different, but they're also not. I'm back, Master. As you wished, I informed Lady Kaoruko that we would be returning late this evening. Great, thanks, Danzo. Also, on my way here, I ran a quick scan of the Inari Shrine grounds and the surrounding area, and discovered a small shrine over by the tall grass that leads directly to a natural cavern. Nice. That's really, golden. Right, Seki? Yeah, I know it has 16 sections. I'm hoping for like 4 a stream, but because I couldn't stream last week, I'm kind of irritated about that because I was hoping to finish it this week. It's just the thing is, I've got some other errands I need to run today, so I kind of have to be done close to on time. So I'm not going to push it past 4 today. Maybe on Thursday or Friday? Did I say Friday? What's my other stream day this week? Thursday. Thursday's my other stream day this week. So there's a chance I'll be going later on Thursday. Instead, with, you know, if I get enough stuff done today that I have time on Thursday. Worst case scenario, I can stream twice next week and cover like 4 sections of stream if that's what happens. I'd prefer not to do that, but it's not the end of the world if it does. Yeah. It really threw off my plans that I couldn't stream last week because of the internet issues. Hell yeah. So there's an underground cave out here in Inari Shrine, huh? You're right, it does look like it was naturally formed. I wonder how far back it goes. It probably ain't that deep since I'm not feeling much in the way of wind, but what do you know? I'm usually pretty dense when it comes to these sorts of things, but even I can tell there's something unusual here. Indeed, my sensors are detecting the same thing. This cavern may not be very deep, but it is located right on top of a ley line rich in magical energy. I don't know anything about magical energy, but I can tell there's something ominous about this place. Perfect for a monster's nest or for an Onmyoji's sacred fire. So does that mean this is a good place or a bad one? If Lady Mash were here, she could put down a summoning circle. But never mind that now. The important thing is this cave would be a tremendous asset to any participant in the Holy Grail War. It would be an invaluable source of magical energy for Master and Heroic Spirit alike, and for the Imperial Holy Grail War, it would be a key strategic point for any caster. So that means... looks like we hit the jackpot on our first try. There's something in here. It could be monsters or Oni or Tsuchigumo. Hell, maybe it's even another visitor from a different world. Nope. Magical energy signals detected up ahead. Measuring energy levels now. Whatever they are not servants. It's the Babbage bots! Aha! So these things are the steel monsters these people were talking about. Interesting. These things really are made of solid steel. They may look it, but they ain't sets of armor. We haven't heard a name, so they aren't masters. So I guess that means we got ourselves some casters, huh? No, they themselves are not casters. I suspect they are familiars, or perhaps clones. Here they come! Yeah. Thing is, I've been sitting, this is like the worst possible thing to admit, but I've been sitting, like 2 or 3 years ago, I pulled all the clothes out of my room and I went to like wash and sort out what I needed to donate and what I needed to sell and what I was going to keep, and they got put in garbage bags, and then I went to Athens, and they stayed in garbage bags, and then they just stayed there, and so like, I spent the last like week and a half like doing loads of laundry to get them all out of the bags because the cats kind of marked all over them. So now I've got like 5 garbage bags full of clothes that I need to like sort through and either fold, hang, or set aside to donate or sell. And I have to get that done before I leave this summer, otherwise I'm just never gonna do it, I swear. Like, it's so bad. Like, I'm terrible for it. I know I should have never let it get that bad. But I did, and now I have no choice but to deal with it. So, you know. We are gonna lay out a can of whoop ass. I just noticed that there are 10 here. It's fine. Okay. Ooh. Alright.
目を背けないで。モルゴー
Maybe you did.
無駄ですよ。目を背け、よく言いました。運動する。逃がすもの。
Beautiful.
Yoく言いました。
Oh.
まだですね。
So yeah, my plans for the rest of the day are just like sorting and folding clothes. And trying to figure out what's getting kept and what's getting donated, and
目を背けないで。
there's just a lot to do, you know?
死になさい。死になさい。
Oh. 400 left.
無駄ですよ。
Ew. Yeah, I don't like that.
手に入
I don't like that. Oh, this is our last guy. Okay.
手に入
Morgan, lay out a can of whoop ass.
そういいでしょう。私の足元で許しを請います。落ちよ。ロードレスキャメロット。
悔やむなら俺の前に立つんじゃなかったな。
Okay. Sure, we've got a pretty. Oh, some gems. Servant gems. Always need those. They stopped. That was weirdly easy. Were those things illusions or something? No, I believe they were either familiars or clones, as I originally suspected. So they were Shikigami, huh? Something like that. This cavern may not lie right on the intersection between all the city's ley lines, but it is still abundant in dense magical energy. It would be a tremendous asset for a caster. It would also be the perfect nest for certain types of monsters. I expect the caster who discovered this cave likely placed those things here to ward off unwelcome creatures. Gotcha. Those things weren't nearly enough to take down a master, so it makes a lot of sense if they were being used for pest control instead. Yes. Oh yeah, you said that before too. What are those? Babbage. Now that's a foreign name if I ever heard one. What's he like? Where's he from? Is he one of your allies from Chaldea? Or is he a caster from a foreign land like I'm guessing? I'm not entirely sure how to describe him, but you may think of him as a caster. However, even if he is the same heroic spirit we know, he would be a completely different person now that he has been summoned to this time and place. Huh? My apologies. Charles Babbage is indeed a caster. He is a heroic spirit who made a mark on humanity in the distant past. Well, considering our current time period, I suppose it would be the distant future. And we do indeed know his name and what he looks like at Chaldea. Huh, okay. Difference engine? What's that? Oh. A different world. The difference engine would later be developed further into the analytical engine. I am told it was a landmark invention that enabled people to perform calculations well beyond human capability, which in turn led to great cultural developments. Lord Babbage hoped to use it to bring about a new chapter in human history. But that dream never came to pass. Huh, okay. A cruel twist of fate prevented Lord Babbage from completing the difference engine in his lifetime. But, inspired by his ideas, humanity would go on to create devices of equal capability, which they then used to achieve other incredible things. Now, the Lord Babbage who has materialized as a heroic spirit dreams of another historical timeline. A hypothetical world where he succeeded at completing the difference engine. Alternatively, it may be that Lord Babbage is able to see the pruning theoretical phenomena. The pruning theoretical phenomena. Oh, right, the prune and theoretical phenomena. I remember now. I think you mentioned that when you guys were telling me your story. Let's see, I think the prune and theoretical phenomena means futures that could have happened if circumstances were different. I knew it! As long as human history remains human history, there will always be tomorrows that can never become today. Thus it is the fate of humanity that all tomorrows, which will never be a part of the chronicle theoretical phenomena, will be pruned away. Gotcha. Oh, well, not really. But basically, you're saying this guy was inscribed in humanity for doing something he never actually managed to do. And now he gets summoned to time periods different from his own while still dreaming his own dreams, right? That's one of the saddest things I've heard in a long time. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Exquisite timing, FGO. Okay. So that gets us through 4 sections, which is exactly the goal we have for each of these streams in base, right? 4 sections. So, ooh. Really quickly, let's kind of go over the rest of the stream schedule for the week with you guys who are here. So, tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific time, Knickknack's playing Pokemon Coliseum again. I don't know if I might actually chime in during that stream a little bit, but it depends on how much work I get done with, like, putting away all my clothes and stuff. But yeah, there's a decent chance that I chime in at least for a little bit during that stream tonight. Tomorrow in the AM, because Vorn is finally out of quarantine, he should be having a build stream with me. So I don't know what he's planning to build, but I know he has this huge, like, cool rail car thing that he left here last time we were planning a build stream. And I've got the Great Pyramid and the Colosseum. So I've got some interesting stuff that I could build. I might do the Great Pyramid just because I think that one will be a little bit easier and faster, and I don't know how long I'm going to want that stream to go, but it'll be 9:30 a.m. same as today. Although it might go pretty long, we'll see. So that's what tomorrow's plans are. No streams Wednesday. Thursday morning I'm back with Heian-kyō. So Thursday morning I'm back with Heian-kyō. Thursday I probably have a pretty good chance of going longer. I would expect. Yeah. Because I don't have any plans Thursday afternoon, but what I will say about the Thursday stream, right, for those of you who are planning to come to it, be prepared that I might have to randomly end the stream and come back and finish it later. My oldest cat, Luna, some of you guys have seen her probably pretty rarely. She doesn't come in very often, but she used to a lot, like maybe a year or 2 ago on streams. She has a problem with one of her teeth, so she's having a dental procedure done. So I'm going to be paying like really close attention to my phone during that stream. I might even be letting calls through technically if I recognize which one is my pet hospital. And so I might have to like run and pick her up or you know, answer a call during that stream or something. So that stream might be cut short and I might come back to it later in the day. Because Luna comes first, so if I need to pick something up about her teeth, you know. Because she's old, we don't want it turning into anything worse than like a loose tooth, so I think they're going to try to just remove it. And hopefully that goes well for her. She's fine at the moment. She's eating, she's screaming, she loves being pet. She's a very affectionate cat. She's just not a very stream-friendly cat. She doesn't come in here to hang out with me on stream. So yeah, so regardless of that, Thursday I will stream for a decent amount of time, whether it be split into 2 different sections or just once. No streams Friday, no streams Saturday. I know Annie is Saturday, but it's 4th of July for me and Knickknack, and I think Knickknack's got family stuff, and I've got pseudo family stuff, so we definitely we're gonna be paying attention to that. Yeah, Nervemeister, that's the thing, is that we knew about her tooth a couple months ago, but we had to find a time where somebody would be guaranteed to be home 24/7 after the operation, because she's turning 10 or 11 this year. She's getting up there, you know? And she's got a lot of other health issues, which is why we were slightly concerned. She's got like a nasty heart murmur. So we have to be very careful with her. But hopefully this makes her feel even better than she already feels, because I will say she's actually put on quite a bit of weight in the last couple of months, which is fantastic because she was very, very skinny for a long time. So yeah, no streams Friday, Saturday, obviously. Sunday, I'm gonna say there's probably not gonna be any surprise streams on Sunday because Nick Nack and I have a long day of recording on Sunday. But next week, if I don't... I think next week I'll try to get like 2 Heian-kyō streams out at the early part of the week, right? Like between Monday and Wednesday to finish the chapter if I can. Because I do want it to be done kind of pretty early that week so I can like pack and get ready for my trip. Worst case scenario, we might not finish Heian-kyō on stream. If so, I will tell you guys if we are gonna finish it or not on stream. And maybe I'll end up finishing it in August when I'm back in the States, but in a different place. We'll see. But yeah, a couple more streams this week, so I will see you guys at whichever streams you're planning to come to. Vorn is very excited tomorrow to be escaping containment, so I hope you guys show up to come say hi because it's been a long time since he's been able to do anything fun. And on that note, I think I will see you guys next time. Have a good rest of the day. If you are in a place where it is going through a severe heat wave, stay inside, stay careful. Don't expose yourself to any like heat stroke danger or anything. But have fun.